Good evening, everyone. Hope we're going well. Apologies, I took a couple of extra minutes to get on. Had to just finish off the Patreon team reviews. So apologies for that. But we are here. We are live. So hope we're all going well. Let's try and whip through this chat and see if we can get through all of it. So Will said, Caldwell to Butters and Dale to Witt, Ash or Merritt. Caldwell to Butters is nice. Dale to Whitfield, Ash or Merritt. I think it depends what you're after, Will. If you're after the sugar hit for this week and you're happy to trade after a week or two, then maybe it's Merritt. But I think Whitfield's the guy. I'd rather Whitfield over Ash. It depends what you want, Whitfield or Merritt. I think if you got Butters, I'd go Whitfield. Just get Whitfield in, lock him in, then you can look at maybe a Goulden or someone next week. Where have we got here? Jacob Robb, trade up Bergman or Doc? Good question, Jacob. That's exactly what I'm looking at. And obviously I know it's a bit more bigger for you because you're in the top 10. Have you got Buslinger? Well, you've got Leak. Leak's a purple. Oh, you got Buslinger? No, you do. I would be trading out Bergman because you can loop Doc in defence tonight. So I'd put Doc to your defender bench and loop him with McCarthy. That's what I'd do. So just swap Doherty with McKercher or whoever, trade out Bergman, and then go and loop Doherty tonight. That's what I'm doing. I'm looping Doherty with Buslinger. So hope that helps, Jacob, and obviously smashing it this year, mate. Hopefully keep going. Nathan Thomas, my current rucks are Jackson, Cherry. Do you think I should go Caldwell to Marsh using DP with I'd trade a rookie or Caldwell and Hewitt to Dale and two of Merritt, Butters, Whitfield? Thanks. I would go the ruck, Nathan. Lemon made a good point saying that if you got Jackson, your rucks, you've essentially got a forward in your ruck, which you're giving up probably 20, 30 points a week. So I would go get Marshall using DP. If you can even get Grundy, go with Pod, that's obviously a play. But yeah, I would be going for Marshall. Lads, who goes first out? Doc and Hewitt. I think Doherty out of those two probably goes first, Kyle. I reckon out of those two. What about Doc? Yeah, I said it before. Max Hansen, Bells. I didn't even change my game day squad side after yesterday's stream as I was already happy with my squad, so it wasn't even disadvantaged to you in the end. Well, Max, good luck, mate. I'm keen to see how our matchup goes. Kyle, you don't reckon Hewitt plays a role when the Brisbane kid's not? I think Hewitt could go to someone. Yep, I even think Chincotta could go to someone. I wouldn't be shocked if Hewitt was to go to Neil and then Chincotta went to like McCluggage or something. Hey, Bales, Watchalong from the locker room in Queenstown. Go the Lions, says Rodler. Right, you in the, from the locker room in Queenstown? So whose locker room you in, Rodler? I'm also playing Don McCluggage. He could win or lose the matchup by the end of the night, says Max. Okay, there you go. I don't have McCluggage in my side at the moment. I was tempted to put him in. Part of me wants to put him in to cancel out, but I'm not going to change just because you've said it, mate. So we will see how it goes. I'm just making sure that my classic side is all good, ready to go. Yep, that is all good. What do we got here? Please start the stream. Lock out soon, says Jacob. Sorry, mate. So we're here in the end. What do you think of my trade? Strong to Merritt, long to Butters. Yep, tick from me. Or do I go long up to Dacos? If that's Nick Dacos, Caleb, I think you need Nick Dacos. So I'd look at that. But depends what you can do with your other trade, because I do like Sarong to Merritt, long to Butters. If you can do those, but depends what else you can do. Ben Hayes, hey Bales, how you going, Ben? Hope you're going well. Louis O'Leary, Darcy, Moore, or Bergman to Whitfield, or Doc to anyone 1.4 mil, and if so, who already have Butters, Bont, McKercher. I think I'm trading Bergman out of those three guys, I reckon. And I like to Whitfield. That's a good trade, I reckon. Hold Doc, loop Doherty tonight, Louis. That's what I'd be doing. Has Bergman named back pocket, blood, take his money and run. That's what I'm doing, I think, looking at so trade Bergman over Doc. Yeah, Jacob, I'd be doing that. I'm just worried that he plays in defence looking at that team. Is Hewitt out okay or just get Long out? I'd trade Long out before Hewitt, I think. But Long does have a better matchup. So I just probably have more faith in Hewitt hitting a ton than I do Long. So I'd probably trade Long and keep Hewitt, but either or is fine. I'm going to win the Hilux, says Jacob. Mate, good luck. I hope you do. Be good to see one of the people tuning in, the Fanatics, winning it. Ben Hayes, hey Bale, thoughts on Rankin and Caldwell for Butters and Horne-Francis, or hold Rankin and go Dale and Caldwell for Witt and Butters? I like the second one. I like Dale and Caldwell to Whitfield and Butters. I I don't like Zera as number 1 target. Mate, all good. Yep, that's fine. Has his, yep, said, yep, Baylor says, Davidson to Whitfield. Yep, tick. Chera to Goulden. Pushing McCarty D7, 3K shot again, Buzzers and Goulden. Tick from me, Bailey. If you can do those trades, they're great trades. Think if extra Grundy don't have much else to do with trades, says P exercised. I don't mind that as a play. I think Grundy's killing it, so you can definitely do that. You don't want to be looking for 1 or 2 plays this time of season. I'm potentially looking at Merritt to try and be aggressive, but again, depends what happens up until the Giants game. Might go Whitfield over Merritt. I'm still undecided between those 2 and Zach Butters. Balesfield Loman is kicking 10, says Has. I've traded Loman out, unfortunately, if he kicks 10. I've got Ashton Moyer on the bench with the emergency on him. If he was to pump out a 90, then I'd bench Caleb Daniel, but I doubt it. So just got the money from him. And then I've gone Bergman to Merritt at the moment. That could be Whitfield, or it could be a few guys. So that's what I'm potentially looking at doing. Cool. I hope I've answered everyone's questions in time. Good day, Buzz. Good day, Legend Chat. Thank you, Moon Boy. Appreciate it. Make sure you guys do smash likes on the video. Let's get a heap of likes early. Obviously, the quicker the likes get up, the better it is for the YouTube algorithm. So if you guys can smash up a like if you're watching now and get it started, that'd be very, very much appreciated. Got you in our league this week, says Sean. I actually haven't looked at that league because I forgot it actually started because it's post-buy. So looking forward to it, mate. Good luck in the matchup. Smash up likes for the hardest wearing man in fantasy. Thank you, Moon Boy. Appreciate the kind words there. Jay Sutts, Caldwell to Whitfield. Yep, Dr. Butters was eyeing up Merritt, but doing this so I can get aim on to Goulden next week. More confident Goulden's top 4 mid than Merritt. Yeah, agreed. Yep, it's a good call. Yep. Leary, should I get McRae instead of Whitfield this week? Because if I get Whitfield, I've only got 1K left, but if I go McRae, I got 10K and Whitfield dropping cash. Yeah, you can do that. Yep, that's fine. Louis, if that works better. So here we go. Oh, Doc's on a wing. I was really hoping Doherty wasn't going to be on a wing tonight. Obviously, trading Bergman out. If I'd known Doc was going to be on a wing, I would have traded Doc out. But then again, I'm looping him anyway, so it's not a big deal. But away we go for Thursday night footy. There's Dunkley with a handball. That's Lockie Neal. Hopefully, Doc can just get involved. I'm just after a 90 from Doc. If Doc can get a 90, then great. He might get a disposal here from Haynes. Yep, so here's Doc with a handball. I'm hoping that Doc can just push into defence, get some +6s, and just get a heap of the ball. But I guess we'll find out. There's a tackle from Lohman. Louis, oh yeah, I said it before. I'm trading Darcy instead of Doc. Hope it doesn't backfire. Yeah, hopefully Doc can put up a good score. Rodler, the Locker Room is a cool pub in Queenstown that plays the AFL on the big screen with sound up loud. Highly recommend visiting. Oh, Rodler, if I ever go back to, well, when I go to Queensland again, I might check it out, mate. Appreciate the recommendation. Louis, should I go Berman out instead of Darcy? Berman has a much better matchup. Depends if you can get the same player. I don't mind. If you go Darcy to McRae, that's a good trade, right? So if you want to do that trade, that is a fine trade to make. I'm getting Goulden even with the matchup this week. Just looks so good out there, says Moonboy. And getting Rankin and McRae. Yeah, I like those trades, mate. If you do those, they're good trades. Gene, would it be all right to trade Cherry to Whitfield? Can move Luke Jackson ruck for this week. I wouldn't. Nah, I want a ruck. If you're trading Cherry, you're getting a ruck. I wouldn't be trading Cherry if you're getting another position. Zach Baylor's behind. Like upstream guy, says Ben. Thank you, mate. Appreciate it. Stu, Captain Merritt, or can go Martin, or can Martin do a 160 again? I think both are options, right? I'm looking at, I think Merritt's going to go big this week. So I've got Merritt over Martin, but I do like both. So, yep, they're switching on the other side, unfortunately. I wish they were on the other side so Doc can get the ball. I don't like the fact Doc's on a wing. I'm a bit concerned about what his score might be. There's Ashton Moyer with a +6 early on, so that's obviously good. Only 3 green dots on the bench, but they're good green dots. Yeah, so I wish I almost had an extra red dot or 2, to be honest. I've only got the Buslinger, who's just a defender, and Harry Boyd, who's obviously in the ruck. So, and Jasper Braggers is just a forward. So I don't have any mid loop. So this week it works with Bus, but obviously moving forward, it's I'm going to need a defender mid red dot likely. So Wiedering with a spoil. Let's have a bit of a refresh with the scores. Obviously, we've had a couple of minutes, so Haynes, good start for him. Anyone that's got him in draft. Zorko, the +6 as well. Moyes up there, obviously with the +6 as well. So, obviously, a few points early. Bowman staying down back now with the injuries, says Louis Leary. I think he plays in defence this week, looking at that team. Here's Doc. Fumble. He got the handball just. Chera with the kick as well. Casey John, hey mate, had Rankin as cover for Baz last week, worked for me. I'll trade him to Horne-Francis this week, but who do I bench out of Jackson, Warner, Horne-Francis or McRae? Obviously, you're probably looping between a couple of players, so I would loop whoever plays before your red dot. That's what I'd be doing. If you got to choose one, it's probably, I was going to say Warner, but he's got St Kilda, good matchup. I like all of them, so it's a pretty tricky one, Casey. If you can loop between the two, I don't mind that. I feel like Rankin to Horne-Francis is, I don't know if I'd be doing that necessarily. If there's Doherty with a kick. If Rankin's on your bench anyway, there's no point going him to Horne-Francis. Maybe do another trade if you can. But if you had to bench one of the guys you've said, it might be Warner because there is the off chance he gets attention. But I'd probably keep him on the field. And I'd field Horne-Francis against West Coast this week, but it's a tricky one. Lohman or May fielded, says Riley Thompson. Obviously, well, Lohman's played already. I would have probably said Archer May against Richmond. Good matchup. Back him in, but I think either or was fine. Because I think Lohman could go okay in this matchup as well, even though I traded. But yeah, Louis, I do think Birmingham plays in defence with a few of the changes that they've made. There's Lohman with a handball for anyone that's got Lohman in the team on the bench or on the field. Drop the ball then. Jesus. And, there's a handball from Zorko. Look at Rayner. Just power to get through the tackle. There's Doc with a handball. Doc getting involved early, which is nice to see. There's McCluggage with a handball. There's Jared Berry. Is that the first goal of the game? Yeah, first goal of the game. Jared Berry. Goal for Brisbane. Caldwell to Bont and Sinclair to Nasai, says James Ives. Caldwell to Bont is a good trade. It's weird as it sounds, I don't think I'd be doing Sinclair and Nasai this week. I don't think it's the week to do it. I think Nasai gets tagged by Jordan or Campbell, and it could easily be, how is Doc not on the, am I missing something, or is, it says Doc's on 5. Well, they're missing stats. He's definitely got 2 handballs. And I think he's even missing 4 points. So I'm thinking he's actually missing 2 handballs there. So that's really interesting that Champion Data haven't picked up on that yet. But he's definitely missing a handball. I think it's 2 handballs, but I guess that'll be added at some point. But it says 5, but he's definitely had like 3 or 4 touches. But I guess we'll see. But yeah, I think Nasai gets tagged by Campbell or James Jordan. And I wouldn't be shocked if it's Jordan to have the better tagger on him. But if they want to, there's Doc again. Nothing there. I think Doc was at half back for that CBA actually. So maybe it's a bit of a mixed role. Mixed role of wing and half back, which isn't too bad. Should have gone to Doc then, but he gave it to Chincott. I don't know why you'd pass to Chincott over Doherty, but fair enough. Haynes has kept that in. Oh, and the umpires got in the way of Lockie Cowan. And Brisbane are probably going to kick a goal here. That's disappointing. And then Cameron and Haynes getting into it. That's disappointing from bloody umpire getting in the way and affecting that. That's really disappointing. But yeah, but I don't mind those trades, James. Has Buzz, would you go Whitfield on Merritt this week? Whitfield 250th milestone game as well, so might have a day. I'm deciding between those two, and I'm not sure if I'm going Merritt or Whitfield yet. Probably a lot comes down to how Dacos goes tomorrow night. If Nick Dacos goes big, I don't need Merritt, and maybe I'll just bring in Whitfield, then I can just get Goulden and whoever I want next week. So I'm still tossing it up. But it's Whitfield or Merritt for me. I've currently got Merritt, but I'm tossing up the two. Who should I trade? Long, Daniel, Darcy, or Bergman? I would trade one of Long or Bergman. If you think Bergman's playing defence, bucko, trade Bergman. If you think he's midfield, trade Long. But maybe you go Bergman just to get rid of the sort of, you're not sure. Stan Morris, can you tick off these trades? Darcy to Merritt, Caldwell to Whitfield. Yep, tick from me. Yep, Doherty's definitely at half-back at the moment. So started on the wing. And Cowan's gone in between Cripps and Doc then. So Doc's at half-back. So it's good to see him mixing half-back and wing. There's another mark for Hipwood. Cannon Fife, it would be Long to Nick Dacos, Stone to the new Eston rookie instead of bringing in Butters and Merritt. So who are you keeping instead of... So, Callum, who are you keeping instead of trading? So, you're obviously going Long out in both scenarios. Who are you trading as well to get Butters and Merritt? That would be my question. Jay Sutts, Bourbon owners should be moving him. They want to improve JHF mid-time for the end of the year and named down back Eagles are weird to score against for backs. Yeah, and I just think looking at that final team, I think Bergman, there's another goal for Brisbane, goal to Hipwood. I think Bergman plays in defence. So that's why I'm concerned. They still haven't added either handball for Doherty. That's very, very poor from... I'm not shocked, right? Chairman Data always do this, but he's obviously missing points. They still haven't added it. It's really, he's on 9. Like he's on 9 or 7. Like it's one of the two. Not 5, which is what he's currently on. Doherty's up to 17 as well. I've hardly noticed Doherty, but he's not Doherty, Dunkley. He's going okay. Does Buddy Smith place as Moonboy? Rankin won't see many CBAs after a 5-goal haul. Agree with that. I think he'll be a lot more forward, Moonboy. Does Buddy Smith play? Yes, he does. Yeah, I think he does. Corey Bladedge, Doc does all right. I'm going to trade Berman to Nick Dacos. Yep, I like that trade, Corey. Like that one. Ben Hayes traded Zorko 2 weeks back at his buy. He dropped 79 last week. Yeah, so it was fine, obviously, trading. Obviously, dropped the lower one, so you're probably hoping he doesn't go massive again. A long night, says Graham Johnson. It could be, if this is the way it's going to go. It could be for sure. Shannon Page, rank 5K luxury trade Darcy to Pickett versus North. Jack Martin on bench for some quick cash gen to upgrade to bigger boys. Yep, you could definitely do that. Ashton Moyer with a good spoil there. Fantasia. Carlton need that. Carlton needed that goal for sure. Shannon Page, love the Hayes body slam, a bit of WWE action. Yeah, agreed. Yep. What's captain's Bales didn't see the video, says Stu. Yeah, so we've got, obviously you can check it if you like, but I've got Dacos at 1, Merritt 2, Martin 3, Grundy 4, Rosie 5. That's what I'm looking at, Stu. So I'm VC Dacos into Captain Merritt currently, but obviously if I don't bring in Merritt, then it would be Nick Martin as my captain. So that's what I'm looking at. And Stu, I did see that you sent through a team review for Patreon as well. I didn't obviously get to that review, but I reviewed your team in the Patreon Cup update. So I hope that is okay. If you want me to message you anything else, then I'm happy to. But yeah, I did do your team there. So hopefully that helps. Bergman has a good matchup. Balsas Lee Everett. Yeah, I just think he plays in defence though, which I don't love if that's going to be the case. That's why I've traded. And plus as well, the reason I kept Doc was because I could loop Doc tonight with McCarthy, and I wanted to loop. And if I had Bergman, I couldn't loop Bergman. I just had to play him on field. Whereas I thought, well, Doc and McCarthy is better than just Bergman. Well, it might not be, right? But that's what I've currently done. So hopefully Doc, he's at half back, so I'm hoping that he can go okay. There's Chera with a +6 coming up. Doc is potentially free. No, Chera doesn't go. There he goes. Longer, and it's an awful kick. Trying to go to O'Farrell, but that was a crap kick from Chera. What's your rank, Balsas Moonboy? It was 4-3-5-2 before the round, so hoping, my fingers are crossed, to crack the top 4K this week. That's the goal. I was trading Sarong to Merritt and Long to Butters. So it's essentially Sarong and Dacos or Butters and Merritt. I'd probably say Sarong and Dacos is what I'd prefer, I think. There's a tackle for Dunkley. Evening all, evening Balsas Limits. G'day, mate. Hope you're going well. I'm scared of Rankin because of Rochelle out. He needs to rely on goals. It's him or Dale gone. Free. So it looks like Chincotta has gone to McCluggage. So McCluggage with the free kick and the kick. Doc spoil. And Doc's got the blood rule, so he's going to have to come off. Yeah, Doc's going to have to come off for the blood rule. So this will be his break for the quarter. Wasn't against Doc, it was against O'Farrell, the free kick. So Doc will come off. Get that assessed. Tim Waddell gone. Consider dropping 70. Depends who you can go to, Ben. If you can go Rankin and McRae, I'd prefer that. But I don't mind like Dale to Whitfield or something. So, curious as to when you do the team reviews as limits. If you sent it through, if I gave you a code, I did them just before the game. I did them before the game. So you should have an email with the response in your inbox, or check your spam if you sent it through limits. Birmingham could play midfield though, because Eagles aren't that great, says Lee Everett. He could, right? But I've just traded just because I couldn't loop, so that's why. But Doc's gone for me next week probably anyway, unless he smashes out a big score this week. Noel Sweet went Chera. Doc out, Butters Merritt in, says Stu. Yep, like those trades, mate. There's Will Ashcroft with a handball. Yep, Chincotta's definitely following McCluggage around. Handball from McCluggage there. There's Levi Ashcroft with a kick. Overcooked it, and O'Farrell with an intercept mark. Had Boxer and Liddy to loop, and of course both named. Yeah, obviously we'll see if they're in the final squads, but obviously yeah, they're both in the squads. Smash the like, says Limits. Thank you, mate. How's Doc on 7? I don't own him, says Ben. Seems a bit cooked. I think they're missing another handball or two. Have they added one? Yeah, they've added one. I feel like maybe... Oh, actually, to be fair, the other one was probably touch and go, so maybe it's not added. But it could be. So I guess we'll see, right? But he's looped anyway, right? So I'm protected there, and I'll have McCarthy as my looper. But obviously, I'd love Doherty to smash out a decent score tonight, and then I don't have to worry about McCarthy. But I think I'm probably looking at 85 plus from Doc, and I'll take that score. If it's anything less than that, I'll probably just play McCarthy. But... yeah, I'm sort of wondering what he'll do. Smash the likes, that says Limits. Thank you, mate. Yes, please smash the likes on the video. Jay Sutts Bells to throw a spanner in the works with Merritt. Last time he played Richmond, he was playing that weird off half-back role, not mid like he would this week, and I reckon Richmond think they're a chance. So I think a run with to try and stop him because it stops their midfield is coming. Yeah, that's not a bad shout, right? So that could definitely happen. And obviously Richmond will be going, well, if we need to stop someone, then we stop Merritt. So, yeah, and again, I'm not obviously locked into doing the Merritt one, but that's what I've currently got. I do like the Whitfield play, so I'm definitely looking at that one and Butters as well. Like Butters is another one I like. So I could go Butters this week, and then I can do 2 sideways moves because I'll have money in the bank to get Whitfield and Goulden next week, right? Or I just get Whitfield, then I can go Goulden and whoever I like next week because I've got 180k. I'll be able to trade just sideways 2 guys on field. So, yep, definitely something I'll look at. I'm looking at Berman to Dacos if Doc goes well, says Corey. Hopefully he does. Kind of off, does Sarong get tagged? Would hate to hold him just for him to get tagged to 50 again. He could because apparently Finn McGuinness is back in the side if I'm not mistaken. So, wouldn't be shocked if they did a run with roll with Sarong because they know that it works. So if you want to trade Sarong out, Caleb, they're both good options. Like you can't really go wrong with either, right? So Hazard sent a rocket to Lohman. Yes, I can do Rankin and McRae this week instead of Dale to Whitford and get Whit next week. Yeah, maybe do that one then. That's where you can look at. Only got Doc out instead of Berman, so I could get that big premium, says Lee Everett. Yep, I like that as well. If I can't live between Liddy and Rouston, who scores more? I'm thinking Liddy with the Eagles matchup. Yes, but if Rouston's not the sub, which I don't expect him to be, I'd play Rouston because Liddy, if he's on the bench, could be the sub. So I would field Rouston this week just for the off chance of potential sub. Jam, I took the word for Caldwell, so this week I have some fixing trading Caldwell to Dacos, Sarong to Butters. Yep, really like those trades, mate. Ticks from me. There's Ashton Moyer. Got the kick away. Didn't kick the goal, obviously, but out of bounds. Defenders, bro. Should I trade out Tom Atkins and go up to Errol Goulden or trade Cherry to Brody Grundy? I would go Atkins to Goulden, I think. Unless you can do that next week, then maybe Cherry to Brody Grundy. But yeah, Corey Blade says Dunkley on fire. Yeah, Dunkley started very well up to 27 with 9 disposals, 7 handballs as well. But very good start for him if you've got Dunkley. Who goes first out of Rankin and Long, says John. I think Long because you can get a bigger upgrade. You can get maybe 20 points, where I think Rankin it might be 10 points. But both will go at some point, so it really depends who you're bringing in. There's a kick for McCluggage. Hewitt with a handball. Hopefully Doc comes back on soon. Still half the quarter to go. Like, it feels like this quarter's actually gone for a long time, but still got heaps of time to go. That'll be a free kick against Durden. Ashton Moy went to my school and used to help me in class, says Louis Leary. There you go, mate. Well, I'm hoping he scores well. Brought him in this week. So, like, if he put up a 90 or something tonight, that would be pretty handy to be able to bench Caleb Daniel and just take the 90, but I obviously don't expect that to happen, but you never know. I'm hoping a goal gets kicked so they can make these interchanges. Cheers for the advice. How silly was it that the umpire got in the way and led to a Brisbane goal? Oh, yeah, it's annoying, but unfortunately accidents happen. Should I go Berman up to Whitfield, says Defenders Bro. No, I'd do Atkins to Errol. That's the trade I'd do. There's Cheryl with a handball and a kick there. There's Levi, handball. Anyone that's still got Levi? I know obviously Draft Coach will still have Levi on their team. Jasper Fletcher, handball. There's a kick from Zorko. If Merritt has the CBAs, hopefully he can do all right even with the tags, says Stu. Yeah, agreed. I was considering going Dunkley VC, but knew there were so many good options this week. Yeah, I'd like if Dunkley goes well, you'd be happy, right? But I wouldn't have gone the VC on him. Zach Bailey's taken the advantage, I think, and he's missed it. So behind. Rankin and McRae feels like a good upgrade. McRae, pure mid, not much risk. Agreed. That's a good point. Jam, don't have anyone playing tonight, so probably won't watch the rest. Are you doing any other watch songs this weekend? Yeah, Jam, yeah, we'll have one tomorrow night for the Gold Coast Collingwood game, so it should be a fun one. Plenty of relevant players in that one. And then we'll have probably Saturday night as well, which will be between the Richmond-Essendon game or the Freo-Hawthorn game, which I think the fantasy one's probably the Essendon-Richmond game, right? People got Merritt and Martin, so one of those two maybe, but we'll see which one we do. Thanks to the team for team review. You think my team's good, says Tim. Yeah, mate, really good. Yep, I like it, mate. So you're in a good spot. Still top 100, mate, so hopefully you can keep rising up there. John Sanders, and what trades would you prefer? Long and Caldwell to Goulden and Butters? Long and Caldwell to Goulden and Butters. Yep. Or Rankin instead of Long, go to McRae and Butters. I think I'm the second one because I'd get Goulden then next week. That's what I'd do. If you can get Goulden next week, obviously. If you can't get Goulden next week, then maybe do that trade. But I think if you can get Goulden next week, I would do the first lot of trades. Doc's still on the bench at the moment. Get him back on. There's just no goals being kicked, which is very, very frustrating because it just means Doc... I thought he'd come back on fairly quickly after the blood roll, but he's still stuck on the bench. So, yeah, they haven't added that other handball, so he's still on 7. Moyes started okay. Moyes up to 13. A couple of kicks, a mark and a tackle. So, I guess we'll see what he can score in this game. That's a mark for Fantasia. Out of bounds. Hopefully this means Doc comes back on with the ball in the forward 50. When do I get McRae, says Tim? You can maybe get him next week, Tim. I would be keeping I wouldn't be changing trades, and yeah, I think that. Give me a sec. So Jordy was just asking me what Doc's role is, and just saying that it's been half back for a lot of the quarter. He obviously started wing, but has been in defence since. There's Zach Williams. That's a good goal. Another goal for Carlton. I hope this game does stay close. Doc's already back on, Louis. Came on just before. Jay Sarts, both Campos should be playing for this Carlton side, but thanks, Vossi, TDK going to be like 700k at Saints next year. Yeah, well, if TDK's at the Saints next year and he's solo ruck, he's going to be a pretty popular starting option next week. Could Dacos go 140 to Moses Lee? Oh, definitely. Definitely could. Yep. Definitely. And possibly a forward, says Jay Sarts. Yeah, no, yeah, that's not a bad point. If he plays 35% forward for the remainder of the year, he'll be a forward. And imagine starting TDK as a forward next year. He'd be in every team if that's the case. Chera to Butters or Chera to McRae? Go Butters this week, Tim. McRae next week. That's what I'd do. You said Merritt to Goulden next week. You don't have to trade Merritt next week. And you could go Merritt to McRae next week. So, yeah, Tim, I'd go Butters this week. Butters has got the better matchup, and you're obviously up there in the rankings, so I would do that one. Carlton have certainly played better the last 5 minutes. It's been a lot more of an even game than what it started like. Flynn Young tackled by Neil, says McCluggage with a kick. Doherty with a spoil. Nicely done. Oh, Brisbane get it back. Chera's at half back at the moment, I think, unless he pushed back. Then there's a goal for Brisbane. Yeah, goal for Brisbane there. Rayner. What's your pass mark on your VC buses has? I'm still a 110 person, but I guess we'll see. Zorko limping a little bit there. Might be of an ankle tweak. But yeah, I'm 110 plus, but obviously it depends what Dacos does. I guess we'll be able to decide tomorrow night. Corey Bladage, I played Selby last week in a cash league bars in Supercoach. I lost as he had Kako 98 for Baz, my premium spud up. Yes, I remember you telling me, Corey, about that. So yeah, very unfortunate, mate. And obviously Selby would be pretty happy with that 90 out on the bench. So yeah, unlucky, mate. Hopefully you can play him in the finals and maybe get him back. Does Goulden definitely get the tag this week, says Moonboy? I think there's a very strong chance he does. Because if I'm looking at Sydney, who's the most impactful player, as good as Heaney is, they've played so much better since Goulden's been back in the team. So I would say Goulden is the guy, but if he doesn't, he could rack up, right? It's against the Saints and they give up a lot of outside ball, but I do think Goulden could be the one tagged. Holding the ball, so Cripps free kick against McCluggage there. Cripps has got Doc short. There's Curnow. Good mark for Curnow. Do I go Goulden or McRae next week? What do you reckon I do next week, says Tim. We'll decide that next week, Tim. We haven't even seen McRae or Goulden play yet, so we'll see how they go. And yeah, Goulden's got the better matchup next week, but we'll see next week. That'll be a next week question. So 4.5 minutes to go. Doc's obviously been quiet. He had a decent start with touches, but they haven't used him for any short chips or anything. But Dunkley going well on 29. Chera 28 is solid as well. Playing a bit at half back as well, which I think I noticed, but just before. There's Cripps. Is that a goal for Carlton? No, missed it. What else we got here? Cripps 22. Will Ashcroft 22. Zorko 15. Ashton Moyes on 13. McCluggage 13 as well. Doc still 7. So, yeah. So, hopefully Doc can get himself to near 20 points at quarter time. We know that he can put up a 40-point quarter out of nowhere. So, if he's at half back, I've still got confidence he can get a good score. But obviously, yes, if I'd much rather have a better start. But then, like last week, he had a 40-point opening quarter. There's McCluggage for a +6. I obviously had Dockett in the first quarter. He's on 40 points, and then he scored 43 for the remainder of the game. So hopefully he can just get to a solid score and have a big quarter or two. So this is a chance for some chips for Doc, potentially, if Haynes decides to go back. Well, he's gone short to Carroll. No, sorry, Hollands. Hollands has got Doc there. There's Doc for +6. Good. Doc, first +6 of the night. That's a nice kick as well. No, it got touched just by Jared Berry, but initially the kick looked good. That's good to see Doc get a +6. And there's Ashton Moyer. Beautiful. Good mark. That's nice. Wouldn't mind if he put through a goal or two tonight. That would be nice. Obviously brought him in as my forward cover for Lohman. So if he can put through good score. That'd be very handy. That was a good mark, though. And goal. No, missed it. Oh, how can you miss that from there? That's a bad miss. That you should have kicked. You should have nailed that one then. Surely a VC line goes up this week, says Stu. Well, it depends, right? I'm still probably 110 plus I'd take, because even if you take, like, there's been more times of me taking it on and it failing. Well, me potentially taking it on and failing. They're not. That's a mark for Pitney, surely. How's that not a mark for Pitney? Doc could be awful handball from don't know who it was there. Here's Zorko. Doc got unlucky there. You got a tackle but didn't obviously count. And there's Morris out the back. Yes, I guess it depends, right? If you're up there, you probably need to take it on. But I like to be a bit safer. Got Fletcher in drafts, says Corey. Nicely done, mate. It's had a good start. Unless I go Merritt to Goulden next week, Daniel McRae the week after. Yeah, that's a good plan, Tim, potentially. But I guess we'll see what Merritt does, right? You can loop Merritt next week as he plays the first game of the round. So, yeah, McGovern. Awful handball. Awful handball. Why the hell did I get rid of Chera, says that Bulldog guy won. I think a lot of people looking at Chera out. I know Chera's started okay, but a lot of people were looking at him as an out this week. Morris, another goal to Brisbane. They're 5th. AFL app not updating, has players tonight as DNP. The scores on my on here are updating, and this is on the AFL website, so I'm not sure. Thinking my VC line this week is 135. Is that too risky for Captain on Martin? Oh, Bucko, that's way too high. Like the most that I think a VC line should be is 120. Like 120 plus is what it should be. Not 135 is too big, I think. Fantasy out there saying. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, well, okay, maybe it's not working. I'm not sure. I think I made a mistake by trading Chera to Merritt. I think Merritt scores well. That Bulldog guy won. So, limits. If I bring in Merritt, then I have to bring in a rookie under 400k. Then I have to filter that rookie, Kako or Joe, with no looping as well. Is that still the call over Hornbag and Hull? Nah, go Hornbag and Hull in that case. I think they can both score better than a Preem and a rookie that you're not confident in, unless it's McCarthy. So that's what I'd be doing. There's Will Ashcroft with a kick. Get it to Doc. Get it to Doc. Hollands get the handball to Doc. Unbelievable. So there's Jesse Motlop. Jesse, kick short to Doc. Yep, good. Holland's handballs to Doc. Doc handball to Motlop. Motlop kick. That's an awful kick. Straight to Leicester. Not a great kick. Is that Zorko for another +6? I think it is. Yep, goes to Archie. We've got 40 seconds left in the quarter as well. One more Doherty +6 would be very, very handy. There's another handball for Doc. So he's up to 17 now. So he's starting, he's just getting there, which is okay. Do you think my team improves, says Tim? Yep, I think it did. Yep. G'day, Bal, says Harms. G'day, mate. Hope you're going well. I've gone Dagos VC Merritt captain, says that Bulldog go one. Yep, that's what I've done exactly the same, mate. If I don't get Merritt and I get Whitfield instead, then it will be Nick Martin as my captain. We've got 15 seconds to go as well. One more Doc kick would be nice. You've caught up to the chat, Bells. Good job. Thanks, mate. Appreciate it, Stu. Yep, we finally caught up. Got Gold Zorko this week in Game Day Squad, says Corey. Yep. Yep, nicely done there, mate. They're flying in thick and fast, says Stu. Oh, yeah, mate. Yeah, the chat smashes it all the time now. We've got plenty of people tuning in and plenty of people getting involved, which is fantastic. We've got 27 likes as well, so keep smashing up the likes, and if you can help out with that, because it helps with all the algorithm stuff like that. So if you can smash like on the video, that would be very, very much appreciated. But Pitney lining up for goal for the final disposal of the quarter. About 55 out. He's got to launch the taunt. He's got onto that, you know. Pitney's got onto that. That's a goal. He's kicked the barrel. Good old Mark Pitney's kicked a barrel from outside 50. That's going to give Carlton a bit of confidence. So it's only 13 points. Carlton certainly were able to stay in touch 20 cents a reply, says Stu. Oh, mate, that'd be nice if I got paid a little bit for each reply, but I don't know how. I honestly don't know how it works, to be honest. But that is quarter time. Pitney with a late goal there. So we've got Jasper Fletcher top scoring on 42. Zach Bailey continuing his good form. He's on 37 again. 3 behinds. That could have been a monster quarter for Zach Bailey. Cripps 32. Dunkley 31. Good start for those two guys. Berry 31. Pitney's up to 30, obviously, with that late 14-point play. Haynes 30. Fantasia 29. Chera's on 28. Will Ashcroft 28. Zorko 27. Wilmot Neil 26. Rayner's on 25. Kerno is on 23. Ashton Moyer is on 20, so not a bad start for him. I'm going to say human luggage. Hugh McCluggage is on 19. Doherty 17, so not an awful quarter considering he had to be off for a lot longer just with the blood rule and had to get that all fixed up. So an okay start, so hopefully he keeps going and scores well. All he needs is 8 more points and a 25-point quarter. So 33-point quarter, and he's good to go. Carroll 17. Farrell 12. DeConing 12. Yeah, 1 handball for DeConing's not great. Flynn Young 7. Levi 7. Loman's on 6. Chincotta 4. Wiedering, and then you got a few low scores down there. So that's the quarter. So obviously I've got Moyer on the bench emergency. If he kept going the way he's going, that could be something that I would consider benching Caleb Daniel for. But yeah, just Doherty at the moment. But I haven't got any players on field in this game, which is good. I don't have to stress. So if you guys are still liking the video, make sure you keep smashing a like on the video. We're up to 29 likes. So let's try and kick and smash through. It helps with all the algorithm stuff like that. And obviously our goal is 100 likes for every stream. On par for the 100 likes. And Chera out's on par for the only player I've got tonight, says Limits. Louis Leary, bit of illness in Collingwood, and Jacos has been ill during the week, so watch out for that. Yeah, I did hear about that. I think Drew recorded that one on the Tuesday, so hopefully a few days after that, Josh Davis is okay. Hopefully he scores well. What a goal, that was good, says Kane Fife. It was, mate. Chera also on par, is what Limit said. Arhams, who you got in this game? Bales have Chera and then Fantasia on the bench, no emergency on him. Yes, I've just got Moyer and Doherty, both with the emergency on him. Obviously, if Moyer scores well, I'd be benching Caleb Daniel. If Doherty scores well, it benches McCarthy. So that's what it comes down to. So I'm hoping that they be obviously really nice if Moyer put up a big score tonight, but I'm not expecting him to. Doc's obviously the one. I'd prefer him to just go well tonight so I don't have to worry about McCarthy, but that's what I'm doing this week. Do you think my forward line is weak with Daniel, Warner, Petrarca, no McRae? No, it's fine, Tim. Tim, it's fine. Petrarca's still fine. He's got a good run coming up. Warner's still fine, and then Daniel will go at some point, but that's fine. Doherty should get to 90, says Corey. I hope he does. Have no idea how Loman got 88 the other week, says Stu. I'm happy with the cash gen. Obviously, I'll trade him this week to Moyer, but yeah, I'll take the cash gen. Do you think Kako can smash out a 70 this week against Richmond, says Limits? Potentially. If he's going to do it, it's going to be in a matchup like this. So, yeah, for sure. Something to watch for. What do we got? 31 likes now. Keep smashing the likes on the video. Keep getting it done. If you can. Let me see. Is the fantasy app updated? Yeah, so it says Doc and Moyer are still on 0. Yeah, so the fantasy scores aren't adding, which is interesting. Don't know what's happened with that one. So let's have a look. So my Content Creators Cup matchup. Who have I got? I've got Nathan this week. So he's also looping Doherty. He's done the same as me. He's got Doc on the bench, and he'll be playing McCarthy if that. Oh, hang on, who's he going to play if that's the case? He's got McCarthy in utility, so he'll play McCarthy if Doc doesn't put up the score. So he's got Ash Sinclair, Caldwell, whoever he brings in. Bergman, but I think he's traded Caldwell and Bergman, so I think he's gone like 2 of those guys in the middle, like Merritt and Butters potentially. Then he's got Marshall on the bench, and then Kennedy. So it's Ash. I'm going to say Ash Sinclair, Butters, and Kennedy. Ash Sinclair, Butters, Kennedy. It's only 4, and I've got Josh Dacos, Callum Mills, Harry Sheasel, Tom Green. And then I've also got Caleb Daniel. So we've got 5 different actually. So he's already got Merritt. So he might be going Whitfield and So he'll have Ash, Sinclair, Whitfield, Ash, Sinclair, Whitfield, Kennedy, Butters. Yeah, and I got Dacos, Mills, Sheasel, Green, Daniel. So be a tricky one this week to get the job done. I think I'm almost more concerned now about my Hat Chat League 6 matchup, to be fair. I need to win all my remaining games to stay up. So he's got Ash, Dale, Sinclair, Caldwell, who will trade, Doc on field, and Kennedy, unless he's traded Doc, which he definitely could have. Because Doherty is above Tom Green, so he might have got Noah Anderson potentially. He might have gone Goulden and Butters maybe. A few options he's probably done as well. Or he's traded Rankin and maybe he's looping Doc. I'm not sure. But anyway, so who's he got? So Ash, Dale, Sinclair, Caldwell, Doc, Kennedy. I've got Nasiah, Holmes, Josh Dacos, Mills, Merritt, and Daniel. So Nasiah, Holmes, and Merritt are the big uniques, but obviously Holmes and Nasiah got tough matchups. So anyway, we're about to get underway for the second quarter. Any late adjustments? Doesn't look like many. Doc's still 17, so no, there was no any handball added that I was hoping he might have got. But anyway, about to get underway. Doherty starting on a wing again. Maybe it's going to be starts on a wing for the first couple minutes and then goes to half back, but I guess we'll find out. Have Lohman on field over Moyer looking very bad right now, says Louis Leary. I wouldn't say just yet. Obviously, we still got plenty of the game to go. So I could still see Lohman putting up a 30, 40-point quarter and scoring well. So I guess we'll find out and see how he goes. There's a good kick. Charlie Cameron, good mark. Peter from 60 says, we'll bite. Yeah, it was a nice goal. Just got home, thought Dot was a late out seeing DMP on Fantasy to DJ. Yeah, they're all saying DMP at the moment. Do you think I'll stay in top 100, says Tim? I hope you do, mate. I'm not sure if you... well, I hope you do. We'll just see how that goes. Did you respond on Ask Beyond Q team review, Bal says, Will? Yes, I did. Yep, I did all the reviews. So if you sent it through and everything, you should have got a response in your email either there or check your spam box or junk mail if you didn't get it. It's a nice kick from Charlie Cameron. I was hoping he'd miss it for some Carlton points, but goal to Charlie Cameron. Grover, praying Doc goes all right. Traded in bloody Caldwell last week. Went Rankin to Jackson and Caldwell to Goulden this week. Had to keep Doc. Yeah, same for me, mate. I obviously went Lohman to Moyer because I didn't have enough cash to go Doc and Bergman out. So I could have gone like Bergman to Horn Francis and Doc up, but I thought, no, I'd rather go have Doc for the week, trade him next week. So banked a bit of money. So hoping Doc can go well. Anyone's having trouble with live scores updating on Fantasy app? Yeah, mate, it's not working Planet Ocean at the moment. So, do you have anyone in this game, Bales? What were your trades? Yes, I've got Moyer on the bench emergency and Doherty on the bench emergency. My trades were Lohman to Moyer, banked a heap of cash, and then went Bergman up to... It's either one of Merritt, Butters, or Whitfield. Currently, it's on Merritt, but I'm still considering it. I'm still wondering what I do. Limits, I couldn't find my team review. I did send them all, so I've done them all. Unless you send it in just before the game tonight started, then I probably haven't got to it yet because it was just a bit late. But I did all the reviews that were in my inbox. So limits, if you haven't got after the game, if you haven't checked your spam or junk mail and your email and you haven't got it, just message me on Patreon after the game and I can send through another code and give you one. So there's Lohman kick. Hopefully goes to Doherty. No, he's gone longer. That's a bad kick as well. Not to the advantage of any Carlton player whatsoever. There's a free kick to Durden. Wouldn't mind a short kick to Doc. Where is Doc actually? He's not. Oh, he's probably in the back half at the moment. Can't wait for about a month to AFL Fantasy. Just worried about these defenders in the positions. Yeah, mate, I'm looking forward to it as well. I'm looking forward to putting my team together. Grover, I still have Zach Johnson or Rowson on field along with McCarthy, though how the Caldwell trade hurt, says Grover. Yeah, mate, it hurt. Obviously, there's a lot of people that brought him in last week, so very, very unfortunate for those that brought him in. Could you try sending it again? Sending the email you used in DMs in case I messed it up. Once I record it, that's its answer. I can't like recover the question and re-answer it. So, I could just give, if it didn't work, I'll just give you another code, and I can do it again later on tonight. If that's the case, limits. Who are you looping Doc with? McCarthy. Yes, Will. Yeah, looping it with McCarthy at D6. I appreciate getting the team review for me. Well done, Bales. Thanks, Will. Appreciate it, mate. All good. That's what you get with the Patreon. You get the team review every week. So, hope it helped. Anyone else fancy or not showing up, says your boy. Yes, yeah, the fancy app's not working at the moment with that. So, not sure what's going on, but they'll get it fixed. It'll be fine. There's Loman with a +6 coming up. So Loman's had a better start to the quarter. We're in good spoil. Let's do a bit of a refresh here with the scores. Don't think Doc's got any points yet, unfortunately, in the quarter. Yeah, he's got none and Moy's got none either. So Zorko's up to the top scoring player now. So that's obviously nice for anyone that's got Zorko. There's a tackle for Loman. Tackle for Doc as well. I think Doc's now playing at half back again because someone must have come on. So he must start on the wing. And then whoever is the wingman that comes on, Doc then just goes to half back. Take the Doc tackle though. Doc useless, says Sean. Glad he's on my bench looping. Oh, he's not useless, Sean. Bit harsh, mate. He's okay. He's okay. It's a tough match against Brisbane as well. Like, if he goes 80-90, like, I'm fine enough with that. There's Cowan with a kick. Cowan never, ever kicks it short to someone. He always bangs it long. I'd say Cowan's more useless than what Doc is, personally. So Doc up to 21. So hopefully he keeps going. Because obviously he's a little bit more unique. So if he puts up a good score to start the round, I'd be happy with that. Whereas if he doesn't, McCarthy's highly owned and a lot of people got him on field. So if I've got to have that, that's fine. There's a tackle for Dunkley. Not keen on Zorko. Maybe I should be. He's going next week for Whitfield anyway, says Sean. Yeah, that's fair enough. Had lower break even than Dale. Corey Bloodedge, he would have got 25 that quarter if he didn't go off for the blood rule. But then again, Corey would have probably come off for a bit of a break anyway. So I sort of wonder what he would have done. Looks like, I think Answorth's done his calf, I reckon. I think Answorth might have done his calf here. Hope it's not Achilles. Or it could be Achilles, actually. You know, he tried to take off and it's... Oh, no. Yeah, Answorth's done his Achilles. Yep. That's an Achilles for Answorth. Oh, God, they're awful to see. Because you just... all you need to see is that shudder up their ankle and their calf. So he's going to be out for 12 months now, pretty much. Oh, yeah. Oh, Corey, it's 100% Achilles. It's like you see that you saw it on the replay. You see the shudder go up the calf ankle area. Unfortunately, that is an Achilles rupture, and he'll be out. What score are you looping Doc on for over McCarthy? I'm probably looking for an 85, 90 plus. Just because if he gets like in the 70s, I might as well just take the punt on playing McCarthy. But yeah, I'm hoping for him to go 90 plus anyway, so it's fine. Houghton might be a good option. Was training with the mids to see how he scores, says your boy. I think it's hard at the moment now because he's a 300k rookie. I think that he would have been a better... If we got him 8, 9, 10 weeks earlier, he would have been a great pick. But the fact that we're now in, obviously, luxury trade season, we're looking to save as much cash. That's why I went for an Ashton Moyer this week because he's playing and he's a 230k rook. I'm now looking to try and save money on my rooks and try and get that cash on field. So that's what I'm currently doing at the moment. Hang on. Doc might be on. Doc might be on here. Give it to Doc. Oh, awful handball. Doc could have been on for a bloody shot at goal there. There's a tackle for Chera. That'll be holding the ball for Chera as well. Doc short for a +6. Go to Doc. Chera, go to Doc, man. He has not looked once short. He's gone long to a 3, an out number. Fucking Chera, you're a dickhead. Why are you not looking for a short option and kicking to a 3-on-1? God, it does my head in every game. you have these players that just don't look for a better option. They always kick it to an outnumber. Does my head in. Dunkley up to 45 with 6 tackles, says Corey. Yep, he's going along very nicely. Will Ashcroft with a handball. Here's Jasper Fletcher again. Josh Dunkley is racking up at the moment. He's up to 50. Top scoring player of the game now. Switch at Wiedering. No. Why? Again, kicking to a one-on-one. Flynn Young, go back. What are you doing, man? Oh, God, some of these players for Carlton are shit. That's why they get let down, because they got players that are just spuds. All right, Haynes, switch it. Is this Doc? Okay. Oh, my God. And Ollie Hollands, who should not be at half back. Okay, Doc could be on. No, they go in board more to Pitney. Yeah, that's not a good decision whatsoever. Yep, there you go, holding the ball. God, these players are shit for Carlton. They really are. Just not passing to the right man. Doc was open for so long for a switch kick, and then they decide that they're going to turn it over. Absolute spuds. Stu, A was beating Port. No, I don't think so, Stu. I think that Port will get it done. If it was at Optus Stadium, it would be something of a conversation, but I don't think at Adelaide Oval. That's touched by Wiedering, I believe. Has he missed it? So, Will Ashcroft a goal at the moment. Bloody hell, Chera Doc was on and terrible kicks, as Louis agreed. Like seeing Tyrese Halliburton was bad in the NBA playoffs. You could see the injury. Agreed. Can't kick efficiency is a joke, says Ben. Who shall play in draft, Petrarca or Horne-Francis? Probably, or Petrarca's safer, I think. And I'd go him just because of the matchup. But then Horne-Francis got a good matchup as well. Wide open, Chera, and kick to a ruckman far out. Yep, I know. It's Jack. It happens every week. These players out there think that they're Gary Ablett prime, and they can just hit these targets left, right, and centre when they can't. And Chera's not a very good user of the ball as it is, and he's trying to bite off a kick in the middle and try and go to... And when Doc was open as well. That's the thing that pisses us off the most, is when we have a player that's open and free, and then they decide they're not going to go there. It's a joke. And there's a reason why, and Doc's still on a wing, so maybe Doc is just playing on a wing for the time being, which is going to be not great for his score. If he's on a wing tonight, he's not going to score much more than probably a 70, 80, I don't think, if he even gets there. So there you go, Darcy Gardner subbing into the game. So that'll obviously no surprise then to a subbed out. You probably knew that from the injury. Chicotta could have got it to Doc, and he can't get a disposal away. Carlton anxiety inducing, just waiting for the mistake. Agreed. Yep. There's Doc with a kick on his left foot. There's Curnow trying to Donaghy on Fletcher. Got the handball away just, I think. Using Fantasia wing much more than Doc's wing is frustrating, says Louis Leary. Agreed, mate. Agreed. 5 Blues in the goal square and no one touched it, says Corey. Oh, mate, it's a joke. That's why Carlton fans keep losing their mind, is that because of that. Thank you to Shannon Page for signing up to the Patreon. Very, very much appreciated. Anyone that's signing up at this point in the season, very much appreciated. So, Shannon, if you're still watching, I know you were before. So, if you're still watching, thank you very much for signing up to the Patreon. What were your trades? Do you have Chera and Doc, says Jack? Yeah, my trades. So, I went Lohman down to Ashton Moyer just to get as much cash as possible. And then ended up going... who did I trade out again? Bergman. Trading Bergman over Doc because I could loop Doc tonight, whereas I couldn't loop Bergman. And went Bergman up to... It's currently Merritt, but I've still got Whitfield and Zach Butters all in the mix. I'm probably more likely to get Whitfield over Butters unless I want to go for the sugar hit of Butters this week and then potentially look at... There's Pitney Mark goal, so Pitney another goal. Sorry, Bales, a bit late to the party. No, all good, Shannon. Appreciate you signing up. One thing I would say as well, though, is that once round 24 hits, these subscriptions get paused as well. So if you stay on and you don't want to cancel, they get paused once the season's finished, and then we'll continue January or February next year, whenever the content starts getting pumped out again. Love having Sharon Dunkley tonight, says Corey. Nicely done there, mate. Carlton is so bad out of their back line it makes it hard for Doc to score anything, says Grover. Agreed, mate. It'd be a lot better if he was in the defence. He'd at least be able to get involved in the chip mark around the ground. But yeah. So we got Pitney's top scoring for the game. Interesting. Will Ashcroft up to 51 as well. Dunkley still on 50. So glad I emergency TDK in draft and can take Riccardi over him. Yep, good call. So Holland's on one wing. Who's on the other wing? Fantasia. So either Doherty's off or Doherty's now gone to half back again. I'm hoping that Doherty's still on and he's now at half back. So Curnow lining up for goal again. So no, Doc's still on. So Doc must be at half back again. So he must be just splitting his time between wing and half back. He must be like the third winger. Doc's on, says the Wheelery. Thank you, mate. Vals, in my opinion, I'd see how your VC goes when deciding Zach Butters or Whitfield, as Zach Butters is the captain option. Yep, yeah, I got him at number 6 this week, Butters. So yeah, he's definitely an option. Who needs TDK when you have Pitney, says Jack. Yeah, well, Pitney does the job right. So why would you pay a ruck 1.7 mil when you can get another guy that does the job right? So I think Carlton are fine letting him go. Like, okay, yeah, he's got a bright future TDK, but he's not 1.7 million or whatever they're looking at paying him. Why is Doc defending in the forward 50? He's not playing as a forward, but I don't know why he's right up the ground, unless he's just following his player. Oh, he might be following Will Ashcroft around at the moment in terms of just the matchup. Not tag or anything, but... So, refresh scores again. Make sure you guys keep smashing likes on the video if you haven't already. Up to 39. Appreciate everyone's done that so far. The quicker they go up, the better it helps with the algorithm. So if you haven't done that yet, make sure you guys keep smashing the likes. Super chats also do help with the algorithm. So if you do want to be show a little bit of extra support, then yeah, feel free to do that if you'd like. Pitting out to 52 as well. He's had 21 hitouts. He's dominating in the hitout department at the moment. Doc on Ashcroft, says Grover. Not like a tag or anything. It's just like just a match up at the moment. Because Will Ashcroft be playing as like a high half forward extra midfielder, and Doc would just be following him around. Good mark to Hipwood there. Marshall or Rob for the Crows. I like Marshall as we make our charge, to be honest, but Rob neutralises the opponent's ruck better. Yeah, I do like, if it's Marshall, I do like Marshall if we got him, right? If Rob was to leave and we got Marshall, I'd be happy, but I'm very, very happy keeping Rob. Rob doesn't get the credit he probably deserves. As you say, he's almost like a ruck tagger. He's really good at neutralising the better rucks in the comp. Like Gawn didn't have a very good game last week, and he's one of the best. Cherry didn't have a great game. I know he copped that little bit of a hamstring awareness in the game against Crows, but there hasn't been a ruck that's been able to get a hold of Rob this year. So if that's fine, then I'm happy with Rob. Do we see anyone break Laird's tackle record as two were close in Atkins and Rao last week in 17? Oh, maybe eventually, but it's going to be hard for someone to get more than 20 tackles. There's Hugh McCluggage with a goal. Another goal to Carlton. Sorry, another goal to Brisbane, so they stretch that lead out again. Rob, Marshall, or Draper, says Angus. Definitely not Draper. I'd rather Rob over Draper, and I'd rather Marshall over Draper. I know Draper's young, but I don't think Draper would fit in the culture at the Crows, to be honest. I don't know. He might, but I'd prefer the other two guys. So what do we got here? What are we on? So Moyer and Doc are both on 24. Moyer will come back on now anyway. I'm not expecting to take Moyer's score, right? He's not going to score probably not much more than probably 55, 60, but Doc's obviously the one that if Doc can put on a good score, then I'd much prefer to take it. But if he doesn't, he's on my bench anyway, and he'll be gone next week. It'll just make that trade obvious, which it was already obvious anyway. Doc's going to get 60 at this rate, says Sean. I hope not, but they're not really using him at the moment. They're not chipping around. They're not trying to control possession. They're just missing him at every opportunity. So I'm hoping that they change that, but who knows? There's a mark for... No, not a mark for TDK. My team's falling apart, says Moonboy. Crows have McAndrew and the Sandfield 2 developing nicely. Yeah, it's a good point, Jack. That was a mark by Morris and they didn't call it, says Corey. Yeah, I was surprised they didn't call that as a mark. Yeah, Chincotter's definitely going to McCluggage. Lockie Neal's trying to get in the way and block for McCluggage. Kerno's looked better tonight. Good kick in board to Cripps. That's 15, yep. Mark for Cripps. Actually, I did put on a multi as well for this game. I want to see how that's going. I put a $2 one on for disposals. What are we on? Loman for 10, he's on 3. Cowan for 10, he's on 9. Berry for 15, he's got 9. Fletcher for 15 needs 4 more. Levi needs 10 more. Chera needs 11. Doc needs 13 more. Will Ashcroft 7. Zorko 8. Dunkley 8. Neo 11. McCluggage 16. But it's going to be hard for McCluggage to get 25. He's getting tagged. So he might be the one that lets me down, along with a couple of others. That's an awful kick by Cripps. It's only just going to scrape through for a point. Lions tough matchup, so 80 for Doc would be a pass. It would be, but I'd just prefer a good score because otherwise I'm relying on McCarthy as a score then. 50 for Cripps. No, 50. So goal to Cripps. Carlton definitely needed that one. Back to a 3-goal margin. That 50's done. What happened there? I'm not sure. I didn't see what happened. Someone's kicked the fantasy app in the guts working now. Well, it's good. I thought Crows were offering Big May to get Draper, says Angus. I think they might, but I don't know if I'd be offering Big May to someone that's just done their Achilles. So, Ash, Anderson, Merritt, or Whitfield. What kind of think Merritt won't get tagged much on the run home because Essendon will be the easy beat, says Jack. Oh, I think Merritt will still get tagged. Like, he's got Bedford potentially the week after. Dogs, he'll be fine, but then Jordan the week after that. Because people think just because Essendon are going to be easy to beat, teams are going to go, well, we still need to win, and we need to win even the better teams. So they're going to put the tag on the best midfielder, and Merritt's the one guy that could get Essendon a win. So they're going to tag Merritt. Like, he's got Windy. I think he might have Windhager again. He's got some tough ones, so he'll get tagged. So that's something to watch for. See, at the moment, Doc's in defence, but they're now Carlton are the ones that are getting a lot of forward movement. So I wouldn't mind though if Carlton stay in the game. There's a mark for Durden. I wouldn't mind if Carlton stay in the game because it means they're not just going to throw everything everywhere. They're going to continue doing what they're doing. Ash, Anderson, Merritt, or Whitfield. I would go Whitfield over Ash. I'd go Merritt and Whitfield over Anderson, I think. So it determines if you want Merritt for a short play or if you want Whitfield, who you'll probably want next week anyway. Stu wouldn't say Drover's a good ruck. He's young, but yeah, I'd agree. I wouldn't say he's a good ruck just yet. I don't think he's worth paying up for. I'd rather Rob, who you know what Rob's going to do. If you guys haven't smashed the like on the video yet, please keep smashing the likes up. We're up to 42, so we're going quite well with the likes. So keep smashing them. Keep the lights going so we can get to our goal of 100 for one, but obviously the quicker they go up, the better it is. Baz a captain option, 149 versus Giants earlier this season. I think they're going to put more attention to him this time. So I don't think he's lower on the list. I think he's like number 8. So he's a VC option into one of the Essendon boys, but I wouldn't be putting the captaincy on him, I don't think. Butters is locked, I think, and one of the other 4. Yeah, they're all good options, right? Here's Zorko again. Zorko handball. Zach Bailey with a kick and hits Morris. So, like, this is what I mean. Like, this is just no ball for Doherty to really get at all. It's just Brisbane hitting targets in the 50 or Carlton are just not using it well. So, I'm getting a bit nervous about Doc now, which is disappointing. I was just hoping you could put up one more last solid score before I were to trade next week. But, yeah. It'd be interesting to see if they kick it behind here, Brisbane, if Doc takes the kick in. No, that'll be a goal for Morris. So Brisbane aren't missing. Like, no one's missing at the moment. Like, 8 goals, 4 to 6 for. There's just not much for any kick-ins, which is annoying. DF, Bergman or Jordan Clark to go first? Bergman for me. Bergman goes first for me. I think Jordan Clark's closer to a top 6 defender. Stu's sent a rocket to Lohman. Thoughts on Anderson or avoid with the bad run? Anderson's a decent option there, Harry. I'd prefer Butters and Merritt and Whitfield and a few guys that are a little bit cheaper than Anderson now because they got better runs, but he is an option. Who will you play if not Doherty, says Marco? McCarthy. I was leaving McCarthy and Doc in defence. Considering Martin into Rosie captains this week, but if getting Dacos may VC him. I think if you've got Dacos, you VC him because he's got an amazing matchup. And if he puts up massive score, you're going to miss out. So I'm definitely going Dacos VC. It'll just depend who my captain is, whoever I bring in. So there's, again, Archie marking again. Like, there's just nothing. There's no opportunity for Doc to just score at all. Doc 60 incoming. Doc still on a wing, says Sean. He must have only just moved back to a wing. There's O'Farrell with a mark. He's going the other... Of course, he's going the opposite way. And he's going to go to Hollands. That's an awful kick from Hollands. And they've tapped it in and kept it in for Brisbane. There's Charlie Cameron. Doc kick in coming up, I think, based on his movement there. And, of course, they're not going to show it. So we're not even going to see. Like, okay, we don't care. Move on from the replay. Yeah, Doc kick in. Yep, at least we got to see it. It's definitely a Doc kick in there. So we need a lot more of those. There's Cowan. Can't get it. That's out in the full. Doherty, that'll be a free kick. It's out in the full. It's out in the full. I don't get how the umpire hasn't called that. That's clearly out in the full. They're not going to call it. Unbelievable. That was out in the full. And it would have been a Doc free kick as well because he was the closest one. Is that free kick against Lockie Neal? Yeah, holding the ball. I wouldn't mind if Hewitt decided to go short. Oh, Doc is... Go, Doc, go, Doc. Doc short. Hewitt. Oh, see what I mean? Doc's not going to get to a good score tonight. Just got to accept that now. Doc's not going to get to a good score. They're not using him. They're ignoring him when he's free. Sean saying Doc's free like FFS. Yep, agreed, mate. But like TDK, switch the ball. Okay, Haynes, handball to Doc. Okay, Doc, kick coming up. No, bloody handball. Come on, Doc, man. You got to bloody kick those. No mark for Hewitt there. Martin or Merritt captain, says Harry. I've got Merritt at 2, Martin at 3. So I've got Merritt ahead, but I like both. Do you think Gordon's a must-have next week, says Jack? I think he's a very good option next week. I don't know if he's must-have because of how expensive he is, but he's a very good option if you don't have him next week. So Sam Kerr was sitting next to me at Central C. Who's Central C concert, Ben? Not sure who that is. They can control the ball instead. Carlton just bomb it long. Yeah, yep, that's a good point. Useless, says Sean. You mate, I fully agreeing with you there. They don't use Doc as much as what they should. Hewitt there, that'll be holding the ball. Yep. -3. Have faith. Could be a bit like last week, have a 40-point quarter with Doc. That's what I mean, right? Doc can save scores from... Like, he could be on 40 at three-quarter time and still get to an 80. But I'd much rather him be on a better score now than having to get to it late. And there's Charlie Cameron again, lining up for goal. Now, it's only 18 points. So it's not insurmountable at all for Carlton, but they need to start using the ball a lot better. Zorko to 58. Far out. It's annoying not having Zorko. Just keeps pumping out scores week after week and keeps getting it done. He wasn't in my top 10 captains this week just because of I thought that the matchup would be tough. Marco Zorko kicking elite. Yeah, Zorko's a great kick. Zorko would be very handy at Carlton right now. There's a behind for Brisbane. So is this a Doc kick in? Yes. Doc kick in again. This is what we need Doc to take pretty much every kick in. No play on Doc. Good. He played on. Doc, I don't know, and this is the thing, I don't know why Doc doesn't take all the kick-ins. I hope he does from now. But good kick. And that was all set up from a Doc kick-in. Surprise, surprise. Give it to your better ball user. There's Jesse Motlop. He's played on there. He has played on. That is unbelievable. +3 for Doc, says Sean. Lines just don't turn over, so no Blues transition. Another Doc here says Bucko. Yep. Very happy with that at least. I think Doc's up to like 33. Something like that. Let's have a look. What is he up to now? He's 32, sorry. Yeah, because he got a handball instead of kicking that other one. So 32. Like, if he can get 8 more points in the last 4 minutes, we'll take it. 40 points at half-time when they haven't used him a lot. He could easily have a 40-point quarter and get to 80 at three-quarter time, but we just need him to keep going. Umpiring poor tonight, says Jack. Well, Jack, my question would be, when's the umpiring not poor? That would be my question. I'm sort of used to it being poor every game because it is poor every week. So, Chera Rocket says, Jack. Chera's going, oh, yeah, Chera's actually not on the top page anymore. He obviously started the game well. But a few guys have gone a bit quiet lately. So, that's Jesse Motlop, says Riley. What do you mean? Did I say someone else? Accidentally. Charlie Cameron, king for goals, so overrated. Unsure how he kicked like 50 goals in the season 1 year, says Corey. There's McCluggage. And Carroll's been pinged on the ball. And Levi, that'll be a goal. Yep. Again, Carroll, just no awareness whatsoever. That ain't Ashton Moy. Yeah, sorry, I might have actually accidentally said Moy. I meant Motlop, sorry. That's what I meant if I accidentally said it the other way round. And Carroll's smiling. I wouldn't be smiling, mate. You just got pinged on the ball and you're one of the players that continues to make mistakes. So, like, how can you not be aware that you've got someone right there? Like, I know it's in his blind spot, but come on, man. That's just pretty shit, to be honest. Up to 44 likes as well. So if you haven't smashed the like on it yet, please do. Let's try and get to 50 by half-time. But obviously, trying to get to 100 likes as always. I'm expecting probably next couple weeks we're probably not going to get 100. Just because, like, obviously the season's gone on. Less people probably tuning in and are still engaged with fantasy. So I'm expecting it to fall off at some point. But let's try and keep it going for as long as we can. Can't backline so shit. This kills any chance of Doc getting points. We just got to hope that Doc takes the kick-ins and Doc can just keep getting points here and there. Like Carroll. Oh, and he's got pinged again. My God. What is he doing? How can you not be aware? And he's smiling again and people have got to tap on the back again. How, like, you've given up 2 goals in the space of 1 minute because you haven't been aware of who's on you. That is just shit. He had the handball for Doc open and he decided, no, I'm not going to go there. Like, Doc was there. Doc was next to him. Grover, DJ, Sean, you're all agreeing with me. Like, it's... And Cameron's kicked the goal. So, again, they've gone from being within touching distance to now they're down by 5 goals. Wants to get dropped, obviously, says Marco. Carroll, you're not in the VFL, mate. Oh, mate, he's... unbelievable just how bad you can be. 2 instances in a row it's happened as well. Just... And this is why Doc won't score points. Because his teammates are shit and they can't get in the ball. Well, he's on 32. He's had 1 mark, Doherty. Hasn't had any chip at all. Hasn't got any... Crap, hang on. My cord with the headphones is just disconnected. Hang on, give me a sec. There we go. Don't know why that happened, but... Yeah, it's just shit. It really is. David King teeing off at Carroll. Is he really, Jack? Is he? I'd love to be hearing it at the moment, to be fair. And Carroll again, like Dunkley, holding the ball, like just no awareness to get rid of it. Like, these Carlton players are shit. And everyone says that Doherty's the problem. Like, I'm sorry, when you young players like bloody Cowan and Carroll and guys like that should be and Hollands that should be the ones taking, I guess, the responsibility back there, and they're the ones that don't. That could be a Doc tackle, potentially. I don't think it will be, though. There's Lockie Neal. That's a snap. That will be out on the full. Could be a Doc kick coming up, unless the umpires decide they're going to go nut, give it to Wiedering. which I wouldn't be shocked if they do that, to be fair. Yeah, Wiedering has got the kick. And Wiedering was going to go to Doc short, and he got manned up, so they didn't. So that's what I mean. Anytime Doc's got the chance to get the ball, he doesn't. Hang on, here we go. Doc could be on for an intercept. No, he's got Hipwood on him. I just cannot. I just can't see him scoring well. It's just... Doc was there last 2 times. Both took on a player and got caught. Yep, DJ agreed. Like, probably had the fantasy goals on with Dot, but bloody oath, this bloke is killing Carlton. Yeah, I've probably got the goals on because I want Dot to get the ball right, but they're just not using him at all. And they keep turning it over. It's just... Vivek, it is not the first time Carroll doing this. Other matches, it's been the same. Agreed, Vivek. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, says Marco. Glad I'm not Carlton support. I couldn't watch this every week, says Grover. Jack, saying there's no time for the weave at AFL level when Montagna says he's not in the VFL anymore. Oh, really? Is that what they were saying? Matt Hall called Carroll O'Farrell as well when he got tackled for the first free kick as well, says Corey. Exceptions, Bales, would you be down to do some price calculations at halftime or nah, up to you? Potentially, yeah, we might be able to do that. See what I mean? And Carroll, again, running into trouble. Jeez, and he's lucky that he didn't get pinged there either. Like, I don't want to hear a single Carlton supporter tell me that Doherty's the problem. He is not their problem. Doherty's actually played well when he's used the ball well. He's spoiled when he's needed to. And people say that Doc's the problem. No way in the world is he the problem. Hollands, Carroll, bloody Cowan. Like, these guys are the problem, not Doc. It's just ridiculous. Now, Wiedering intercept mark. Now, use Doc. Give the hand, Cowan, give the handball to Doherty, you dickhead. Hewitt, give the handball to Doc. Finally, someone gives it to Doherty. Seriously. There's Ashton Moy with a +6. See what I mean? Doherty gets the ball and he uses it well. Drives me absolutely insane. And I'm not even a Carlton supporter. Seriously. Voss ain't even the problem, says Marco. No, he's not. No. What do I need to do to have a complete team, says Tim. You've already got a complete team, Tim. Chair and Doc, get out of my team, says Jack. Well, yeah, I'm going to have to trade Doc next week. I was going to anyway, but I was hoping to get one more score out of him, but I don't think I'm going to do that. Exceptions, just want to see what Whitfield will go down to if he gets a ton, if Dillamore goes 70. Yep, I can check that in a sec. Exceptions. Ben Hayes, learning for next year, don't pick players from shitty teams. Doc up to 35. Like, I know he can have a 40-point quarter and he can get to 75, but I would have just loved him to be on 50 at halftime. Just get to 50, just somehow get to a score. But Whitfield down to 900k roughly if he scores a ton, says Grover. Jack, no wonder Voss isn't playing the kids if Carroll's one of their better kids. Agreed. Need 50 from Dot minimum second half. Agreed, Sean. Carroll got a margin multi for Lions, says, yep. If Moore scores 70, I'd say he goes down 10, 15 cases. Grover. Jagger, it's the young kids that don't give it to Doc and the experienced guys like Hewitt who do. The young guys are cocky, no respect. Yeah, I do agree with that. How do I have a complete team without McRae, Gordon, Shees or Myers? Because, Tim, a completed team is premiums. It doesn't have to be complete just because you don't have those guys. So, Tim, you got a complete team. Trust me. Bring in Carroll next week, I reckon, says Marco. Definitely not. I'm annoyed I even ever owned him this year. So let's go through the scores. Jared Berry, 68. Will Ashcroft, 66. Jasper Fletcher and Dunkley, 62. Zorko, 61, along with Darcy Wilmot. Cripps is on 60. Neil, 59. Rayner, 52. Pitney, 52. Cameron, 52. So it's a high-scoring fantasy game, but no one that we've got. If you got Zorko or Dunkley, you'd be happy, but they're the only two. Hewitt, 47, with 16 touch. You'd wish there's more, and that bloody Telstra ad just come on as well. Thankfully, it's on mute. Chera, 46 as well. Oh, it's not awful, but it's not what you want. Hugh McCluggage, 37, obviously with that tag. Kerno, 37. Doc, 35, and that's with a couple of kick-ins. Yep, TDK 34, Ashton Moyes on 30. That's fine. Like, he's on there for cash gen anyway. He's not really there for covering. He's just more, if someone was to miss, he's there as cover. Hollands and Levi on 25. Lohman's on 19. That's disgusting. Carroll's on 12. Yeah, right. Unbelievable. All I needed was for Dr. Keek. Just get a good score. And he's on 35. So he scored in his last 5 quarters of footy, Doherty. Not all his fault, but he scored what? 43, 78 in 5 quarters. That should be 3 quarters. So, yeah, really disappointed. I couldn't find the email. Could you send another code and I'll try and do it again this time, says Limits. Yep, I'll get you a code now. Let's go generate voucher. And if anyone isn't a Patreon member as well, you can get team reviews each week, 1 per week for every Patreon member. So if you'd like to join up, feel free. I think it'd be maybe $20 for the remainder of the season. So if you want to see what it's all about, then you can jump in and get involved. Where is... So there's Limits there. All right, Limits, I've just sent you another code, so feel free to send your team back through, and I'll have a look at that. Camperelli can't be worse than Carroll and Hollands. Agreed? Yeah, and they should be in there and just put Doc at full-time half back. Doc has Melbourne next week as well, but think he has to go regardless, says Sean. I think so as well, unfortunately. The only way that I'd be keeping him if there was like a way that I could get a 23rd, and he was my 23rd primo, but I just don't think I'd be able to. Like, there is a world where I could go like a Rouston down to a 230k rookie, and then I could go like a Liddy potentially up to a Horn Francis as my 23rd primo, and loop Horn Francis and Doc at M8 potentially. But what have we missed? There's not enough money to get the rolling 22, Tim says Stu. Went Charity Butter, says Tim. Yep, like that trade. Max Hand, tick off Elijah Hewitt to Horn Francis. Caldwell to McRae. And then Rankin/Daniel to Witt next week. Yep. Yeah, I don't mind those, Max. I like those trades. Grover, Doc to Whitfield next week with DPP. Or should I look at a Dunkley, Merritt, Green? I have Dawson, Goulden, Dacos, Rosie, Butters and Brayshaw. I think Doc to Whitfield will be one of the most common trades. Yeah, as DJ said, probably Doc to Whitfield will be a common trade next week. If Bergman puts up a better score than Doherty, will you be mad, Bales? I'd be a bit frustrated if I'd trade Bergman and he put up a better score, but I was playing the numbers and like, well, I'll get to loop between Doc and Doherty and McCarthy. I'd rather loop between Doc and McCarthy than just play Bergman. So that's why I sort of went there. Smash the likes up, says Limits. Yes, agreed. We're up to 47 likes. Keep smashing the likes on the video if you haven't already. The quicker the lights get up, the better it works for our algorithm. Get maybe some new users and stuff over to the watch-alongs. Let's get over 50 into the second half, says Limits. Thank you, mate. Ben Hayes Bales, I need you to pick me a content creator this week to verse, and the difference between I run in kilometres each. If I lose by 100, that's 10Ks to run. I'll go Guesty. Go with Guesty. I'd say Guesty, Ben. Do I have a team close to Holmes in top 100, says Tim? I'm not sure. You do. You're 69th and he's 30th, so you're close to him. My happy with Moyes' score so far. Cheers for the pick bars. Thanks, Mo. Appreciate it. It's only Caldwell's injury that kept Doc in my team. Yeah, he would have been in my team, I think, regardless. But, yeah, I wish that I was able to get rid of Doc and Bergman and get in 2 good players. But, yeah, nice McGovern taking Kickets over Doc. Says Footy Fishing. No, it looks like Doc's the one at the moment taking kick-ins, so which is good. But we need more kick-ins and we need Carlton actually give him the ball. Corey Badge, Carlton have only won 2 Friday and Thursday night games this year, which is why they shouldn't play primetime footy. Yeah, they won't next year. Like, they've had way too many primetime games this year. It's ridiculous. Like, I remember I've watched so many Carlton games this year because they played night games when they shouldn't be. Like, they should be giving night games to Giants and the Crows and Collingwood already get them anyway, but give them to these teams that are like Bulldogs. Like, I know they get a lot already, Bulldogs, but keep them to those exciting teams that play on those nights. Who was the most surprising fantasy scorer this year in your opinion, says Marco? Most surprising. I think that part of it, you could say most surprising, is almost how well Nasir and Baz are scoring. That's probably one that I'd probably say. If I was to say the most surprising score in terms of their average, like I just didn't pick them being anywhere near the top. So hard, right? Because maybe I would say Matt Kenny, but we knew in the right role that he'd score well. Who would it be? I'm not actually sure. Maybe maybe a Bowie. Oh, actually, no, sorry, probably Lockie Ash. Lockie Ash has got to be the pick for me. I didn't see him averaging 104 over 17 weeks. So for me, it's probably got to be Ash, looking at all the players that are averaging high. His consistency is fantastic. Hasn't gone below a ton since round 9. And he's only gone below the ton 1, 2, 3 times since his early season bye. He had the 63 against Melbourne in the wet. That's his only score below, 89? 89's his lowest score outside that 63. Yeah, I feel like I partly don't give him the credit he deserves. He's been an amazing pick. So for me, it's got to be that. I'd be going with him. How McGovern gets games beyond me, says Jack. Chera died last course, says P exercise. Why trade Burn with the West Coast matchup? Just curious, says Jack. Because it was either Doc or Bergman, but I thought I'd keep Doc because I can loop him tonight, and then if he goes bad, play McCarthy. If it was Bergman, I'd just have to play Bergman on field, which I could have done that, right? But I just thought I'd rather get a chance at looping with 2 players than just back one player in that I'm not as confident. Because I think he plays in defence. That's my worry. Bailey Smith says, Stu. Yeah, him and Nasir, I didn't expect them to score that well. But I'll go Ash because I didn't see him as a top 6 defender. Whereas the other guys I probably saw as like top 6 forward or top 6 defender. But I didn't think that they'd go that big. Do you think I can jump on your show, says Tim. We'll have to see. We've got a few guests already lined up, so I'll let you know. But we may be booked out for the remainder of the season, unfortunately, Tim, but I'll let you know if we can. Ash, for me, I didn't expect, says Corey. Yeah, agreed. No, I thought Ash would do so well. Agreed, DJ. DF, Dale and Bergman. To Whitfield and Goulden, okay trades. Oh, mate, great trades. Tick for me. Do that. Grundy, most surprising for me. He's another good shout. Yep, Grundy for the form he's got back to. We all thought he was almost cooked. So yep, agreed. Could say Chera, says Stu. I think a lot of us probably thought Chera was going to go around this mark. Yeah. Watchalong for Doc to keep on field instead of McCarthy, says Mo. I'm probably looking at 85, 90 plus just because McCarthy can still score well anyway. So I want Doc to go really well. Like at the moment, it's looking like I probably won't worry about taking it. He would have to have a 60-point second half for me to be pretty confident taking it. Libber, another one, says Mate. Yeah, Libber's one. Yep, another good shout. Even McCluggage or even Hewitt to start off as well. Yep, a couple of decent options. Tim Kelly for biggest drop-offs, says Stu. Yeah, he's got to be the one, probably. Taj Houghton or Oscar Smart, says Footy Efficient. Depends what your team value is like. I'm probably more in the camp of just saving the money now and go the 230k guy. But if it was early in the year, Taj Houghton for sure. He's got some pretty good pedigree, apparently. So, exceptions. Johnson on field over Ralston. Don't think I can loop, but if I can't, who would you field? Johnson, yeah, against Richmond. Went back to halfback, so hopefully scoring picks up, says Mo. He's playing at halfback for most of the game anyway, but yeah, I'm hoping that he can score okay from here. Any adjustments? I think Cripps got something added there. Doc's still 35, Moya 30, so nothing too huge from my point of view. Just need, Doc to go massive. And if Doc can ton up from here, I'd be very, very happy, which we know he's capable of, but his teammates have got to be the ones that get in the ball. Let's do a couple of those price projections that people look at. So I know Exceptions was asking about Whitfield. So if Whitfield's got a flat ton, he'd go down 36k and would be 906k next week with a break even of 120. If he went 110, he'd go down 27k. 120, he'd go down 19, and a 130, he'd go down 11k. So yeah, if he tons up, he won't go down a huge amount there. And then Dylan Moore, if Dylan Moore went to 70, he'd go down 13k. 80, he'd go down 5k. 90, he would go up 3k. So that's it there. If anyone wants me to quickly check price, I'm happy to do that. Praying Hewitt can reproduce what he did in that quarter. This is Castle Riches. Yep, hopefully we has a good score. What's up, Bales? Would you rather get Marshall Part for Grundy, says Weary trading Cherry. If you've got a good cash gen and you're looking really good, I'd be very tempted to go Grundy because he's just in amazing form. So I'd be very, very tempted to do that. So Doherty, if he goes 80, 85, says Corey. I hope that'd be nice, at least if you can. Boo Ziggy Regan, can you do Darcy? Yes, I can. So Sam Darcy. So Sam Darcy, if he goes a 70, he goes down 6k. 80, he goes up 2k. 90, he goes up 11k. If he goes a 60, he goes down 14k. So that's Darcy there. Tim asking about Goulden and McRae. So Errol, if Errol goes an 80, goes down 16k. If he goes 90, 8k. If he goes 100, he stays the same price. 110, he goes up 8k. 120, he goes up 16k. That's what you're looking at for McRae. And then, so for Goulden, and then McRae, if McRae goes 70, goes down 3k. 80 goes up 5k. 90 goes up 13k. And 100, he goes up 21k. And I'll just go 110 if he goes there. He goes up 29k. And if he goes 110, he'd be priced at 963 next week. So that's what he'd be looking at. Can you do one for Dewar? Yes, I can. So Tyrell Dewar. If Dewar goes a 50, goes up 56k. If he goes a 40, he goes up... Sorry, if he goes 60, he goes 64k. And if he goes 70, he goes up 72k. So it goes up a fair chunk because that negative break even still. What's Doc's break even? Thanks, Bal, says Baziggy. Footy Fishing, what's Dawson's break even? I'll have a look at that. And so, what is it? Doherty, Dawson, Bergman. So Doherty's break even this week is 93. So if he goes a 70, he goes down 16k. 80, he goes down 8. 90, he stays the same price. That's what it's saying. And he tons up from here, he goes up 9k, which would be really handy if he tonned up and just made a little bit more cash. Dawson goes 90, goes down 24k. If he goes 100, he goes down 16k. 110, he goes down 8k. And then 120 goes up 1k. 130 goes up 9k. So that's what we're looking at for Dawson. And then Bergman, if he goes a 60, goes down 25k. 70 goes down 17k. And 80 goes down 9k. 90 goes down 1k. And then he tons up. He goes up 8k. 110, he goes up 16k. And then 120, he goes up 24k. That's what we'll look at, what Bergman's looking like. What about Dunkley if he goes 100 to 120? Yep, Dunkley. So if Dunkley goes 100, he goes up 3k. If he goes 110, he goes up 12k. And if he goes 120, he goes up 20k to 937. That's what he's looking at. Jack Martin places Mo. Not sure why McRae gets some hate being an awesome F4 picks as Stu. Can you do Gorn, says Stu? So I'll do Gorn and Jack Martin there. What website is this on, says Boozy? Maria's Magic. So this is the one where you pay the subscription for. Oh, they're playing a Crows trailer. I wish I could bloody watch this. So what? Basketball or soccer, says Marco. I've always been soccer over basketball, but maybe I've watched more basketball probably than soccer. I'll still say soccer. So was it Jack Martin? So Jack Martin, if he goes a 50, goes up 37k, 60 goes up 45k, 70 he goes up 53k, and an 80 goes up 62k. And then Gorn was the other one. I won't do too many more, just so I don't want to be sitting here for too long. But then again, I'm not doing anything, so it's fine. If Gorn goes a 70, goes down 62k. If he goes 80, goes down 54k. 90 down 46. 100 down 37, and a 110 he goes down 29. So Gorn's going to drop very likely. If he goes actually 120, goes down 21. But a lot of us are looking at Gorn as a downgrade. Also an upgrade from one of those rucks in a few weeks when he comes up with a good run, I think. So, Fee did Doc and Chera to Merritt and McRae, going Clark and Johnson to Rookie and Whitfield next week. Or should I get Whitfield instead of McRae this week? Go McRae because you can afford Whitfield next week, I think. So I'd probably do that. Want Gorn against the Eagles, says Corey. Agreed. Stronger man than me doing all of them, says Mo. Yeah, alrighty. Well, about to get underway for the third quarter. Up to 53 likes as well. So if you haven't smashed a like on it, keep smashing the likes. That'd be very, very much appreciated if we can keep smashing them and get to 100 once again. But obviously, the quicker we get there, the better. And obviously helps out with the algorithm and stuff like that the quicker we get there. So if you can do that, that'd be fantastic. If Doc score is fieldable, Johnson or McCarthy, M8. Can you loop between Johnson and McCarthy? Can you go Johnson, emergency, McCarthy on the bench? That would be my question. Limit says, all right, sent it off. Yeah, I'll have a look at that tonight, mate. I'll have a look at your team. If you had to pick one of Johnson and McCarthy, Johnson's got the better matchup, but I'd play McCarthy because I think he's got the higher floor. So I'd go McCarthy out of those guys, exception if he can't loop. But yeah, about to get underway for the second half. Doc's starting on a wing again like he's done every quarter. So, yeah, I don't know how he's going to go from here, but I guess we'll find out. And there's O'Farrell. He's got a chance to go to Doc short, and he goes inboard to Chera instead, which will make people happy because I got Chera, but I'm not happy because I don't have him. And he just ignored Doc again, which they just continue to do. I don't know if there's like a thing where they have to ignore Doc all the time, but they just never give him the ball. And they'll give it to guys like Matt Carroll instead. It's just it's just a joke. Like, why is Doc starting on a wing anyway? It should be Hollands and even a Fantasia potentially. There's a handball for Doc. So at least you got a touch early. Oh, for a second, I thought that was Doc. That was Cripps. No, I can't do it. I don't think I'll have to fiddle around with it. That's fair enough. I'd go McCarthy. Just play him. Daniel and McRae next week. I'll get Gordon for midfield next week. Yeah. Oh, Tim, I said that before. I'm not looking at next week just yet. We'll focus on that next week. Hey, Bales, just listen to your team review. I was about to change it, but my utility's locked. What do I do? Can you still do any suggestions I made without the utility? Because if your utility's locked and you can't change it, then I don't know how you'd get around it, unfortunately. Brad Smith, who traded Dunkley? Don't think many people would have traded Dunkley, but obviously not. He didn't go great. Oh, sorry, last week he didn't go great, but he's going well now. Is Holland stunning halfback over Doc? I don't know. I'm not sure. I can't, says Will. But Bales crash out incoming, says Ben Hayes. Why is that? Something happened to Doc. Oh, no, Doc fumbled it. I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but he fumbled it. But, oh, well, that's okay if he fumbles it. Yeah, well, unfortunately, I think if you can't, I think you're locked. What happened there? A few... don't know what happened there. They're just showing vision of someone getting knocked behind play. Why the hell was Pitno and TDK in the same team? That's insanity, says Ben. Yeah, I agree. Yep. But obviously won't be an issue next year. Should I swap Fritsch for Elliott or Larkey for Elliott? Well, if it's one of them, it's got to be the Larkey one because Larkey's not playing this week. He's out with injury. Dunkley with a kick. There goes Cripper and Locking Heel. A couple of the ball mates there. There's Chera. McCluggage with a tackle. Pitno and someone had a head clash. Oh, okay, yep, that might be why. What? Now they're showing the Answorth injury again. I don't know why they're showing that again, but... See, Cowan's shit. I've said this for so long. Cowan is shit. He is not a good player whatsoever. My trades are Caldwell to Butters. Tick, says Will. Yeah, I like that trade, yep. Go to Doc. Go short to Doc. He's, again, presenting and they just don't go to him ever. There's no way he's getting to an 80. Like, they just don't pass to him. Like, he's free on occasions for these kicks and they just don't go to him. And they've turned it over. Surprise, surprise! Zach Bay's played on. He's got himself in all sorts of trouble. Here's Lockie Neal. Got the handball away. And Cripper. And Carroll running into Cripper. Unbelievable. And Carroll's given the free kick away. Surprise, surprise. He's shit. Get rid of him. He is so shit. Get him out of the defence and sub him out. He's clearly not good enough. This will be, if Bailey kicks this, is the third goal that Carroll's directly given from a free kick away. Get rid of him. Sub him out. Get bloody Cooper Lord on, put him on a wing, and get Doc at half back. It is not working. Carroll shit. Cowan shit. All of the defenders, except a couple, are shit. Oh, geez, that's an awful kick there. God, don't let Carroll anywhere near the ball. There's a tackle for Lohman. Remember Cowan round one says Marco. Yep, don't remind me. Why do umpires yell end zone when ball goes inside 50? But it's end zone means like it's end of the zone of the controlling umpire. It goes to the other umpire. So Dunkley tackle. They just confirmed Achilles injury for Answorth. Yeah, I thought that would be the case, unfortunately. And then I went Dale to Merritt because Long has the matchup and should go. I was tossing up between Dale Long out for Whitfield or Merritt. Can you just try the other one out instead? As they said, it wasn't the 15 with Bailey. Oh, okay, yep, fair enough. Not really mad, but would like Whit, says Will. Matt Carroll so trash, says Mo. Agreed, mate, agreed. There's Doc. Go to Doherty. Yeah. Oh, they should have bloody kicked it to him. Why would you so Doherty's not going to get anything there. That's a disposal gone. Oh, no. Has it gone out of bounds? So that's just points for Doherty. Just gone. Nothing. And Doherty's probably going to have to come off again as well because the blood's starting to pour again. Just why would Haynes handball to Doherty and not kick it? And then Doc shouldn't really be fumbling it, to be fair. He should be controlling the ball a lot better than that. But that's a holding the ball against his Chera with a kick. Durden, there's Doherty. with a kick. Not a great kick from Doc. It's been better though than other players they've got. That won't be a tackle for Doc either. That's Doc's fault, to be honest. It partly is right, but again, it was a shit handball to begin with, right? So, and they should have kicked it to him instead of handballing it. Which team would benefit TDK the most? Probably the Saints, where he might be going, and that's it. That's if Marshall was to leave. Which it could mean that Marshall to Geelong potentially, and then TDK to Saints, they could be our 2 starting rucks next year. I'd count in my team last season because I didn't know fantasy very well. He was a rookie though last year, I'm pretty sure. Haynes should have kicked it to him. So agreed. Should I do like for Elliott, Hogan, Bolton, or Sanders? I probably wouldn't do them. I wouldn't get any of those guys. If you're shopping in that area, it's Horn Francis out of anyone. Ollie Hollands 2.0 deja vu from start of the season, says Ben. Well, Doc's still out there, so he hasn't come off for that any blood rule or anything. And he is at halfback at the moment, so. Reload score says limits. Yes, mate, thank you. We'll reload those. Cripps up to 80, so he's top scoring for the game. Doc's still wiping at the... Oh, no, it's a point. Doc not going to take the kick in here, I don't think. I think it was McCluggage that got the kick then. So, yeah, Cowan's got the kick in. Seriously? Why are we letting Cowan take kick-ins, Doc? Why are you not taking the kick-ins yourself? Cowan is shit. He should not be taking kick-ins. Doc didn't even look to make a lead then. There's Doc, handball. He's just going to like score some points and just eventually get to just a 60, I think. Cliff's coming for Carlton, says Stu. Oh, mate, I think they've already fallen off the cliff, to be honest. I don't think that they're still to fall over the cliff. I think they've done it. There's a great mark for Lohman. Lohman lining up for goal. Blues fans on X saying Carroll just needs time. No, he doesn't. He's shit. Cowan took a kick in. What a joke, says Corey. Can't change Dale to Long. How's Cowan scoring more than Doherty? Lohman goal, says Will. So what's Doherty on? He's in the 40s probably, but yeah, 42. So Lohman's he'll be up to over 30, I think now. 32 probably. So now he's on more than Ashton Moore, to be honest. So, yeah, Doc 42. Really frustrating. Unless they start chipping around and Doc can get some plus sixes, he's not going to get to much more, which is going to be annoying because if he puts up bad score, it's like, well, I might as well just kept Bergman. Took the chance on him. Thank God I traded Doc, says Jay Sutts. Yeah, if I didn't have him and Bergman, it'd be a lot easier, but yeah. Well, Hollands is on a wing and Fantasia is on the other. So if Doc's still on the ground, he's at half back. And there you go, Cowan again! Just kicking long when he's got Doc free. My God. Carlton are rage-inducing. And not even for a Carlton fan. My God. He has Doc free for a handball in free space and could start a proper attack. But Cowan goes, no, I'm going to bang it 50 metres to no one. It's just, goddamn rage-inducing. It really is. And then McGovern is spoiling Doc when he's the one that's got the spoil there. Flynn Young kicking straight to Harris Andrews. He hasn't even really shown much either, to be honest. No, he's probably got a bit more leeway because it's his first. He's only just been drafted, right? But far out, like there's just no good ball users whatsoever. Like who would have thought? Like they are missing Walsh. Something shocking. And then Ollie Hollands is shit as well. He's another one. Get rid of him. Ollie Hollands is awful. His disposal is shit. All he can do is run. But you know who else can run? There are plenty of other players that can run. Which everyone on every list can run. Doc should be the Blues version of Zorko. That's on Voss. Yep. But it's on the players as well. They're the ones that ignore him plenty of times as well. Carlton wouldn't have made finals last year if they weren't second. It saved them. Hang on, wouldn't have made finals if they weren't second. Saved them. Yeah, agreed. Is Berg playing defence as Marco? He's named in defence, and their final team looks like he will play defence. So, Port Spotter, by the way, up the bag, it says Will. We're already halfway through the third quarter, and Doherty's still not even on 50. He got a kick there, which is something. But he's not racking up the marks. He's not getting any tackles either. He's just running around, getting the odd kick that'll just go to him. And then there's Zach Bailey getting away from Doherty there. So that's probably on Doc, that goal there. Like then Flynn Young had Hewitt open and missed it, says Corey. Yeah, agreed. Blues are 18 individuals scared of being dropped playing for themselves. Carlton have not kicked a goal since the 12-minute mark of the second quarter. Yeah, they're getting dominated now. I think you're a supporter if I just came on. No, I'm a Crows fan. But Carlton only have 7 players over 80% disposal efficiency tonight, which is crap. So is Dale Merritt okay? Yeah, that's fine. Yep, that's fine to do that trade. Jay Sutts, it's really clear watching Carlton, they lack structure just by how the ball moves, how open people are in opposing forward lines. It's like they're playing confused. Yep. And you meant not Port, so Carlton. No, I'm not a Carlton fan, but it is rage-inducing watching Carlton because they just don't play well. Like there's Motlop again. He's got 3 players around, and that's a good kick at least. That's to Ashton Moyer. Like, Moyes looked good up forward, and they've just not used him. And Moyes missed it. Doc's on 45. My God. If he can somehow get 40 points from here, I'd be happy. 85, I'd probably take, but it's looking more and more likely I'm going to be relying on McCarthy against Port, which is an awful matchup. And again, there's Flynn Young trying to do too much. It's not all down to the coaching up. There's Dunkley plus 6. It's not all down to the coaching up, but the coaches have got to tell these young players, like guys like Flynn Young, that you try and do too much. Just take the simple option. There's another goal for Brisbane. They are getting absolutely dominated now. Absolutely spanked now. It's ridiculous watching this, that an AFL team is getting this dominated when they've got some of the players on their team that they've got. Dunkley up to 84 as well, 9 tackles. He's going really well. McCarthy should go all right, though, says Will. I hope so. Love Dunkley in my team, says Corey. Foster says, I might get my margin this match. I picked Lions by 50. I think I went by 40. Hawthorn laughing, getting the Blues pick as well. Yeah, yep. They get the Blues pick and they'll be laughing with it. Jay Sutts, it's funny how shocking Carlton look kicking the footy, but when they move it by hand frantically forward, they genuinely look better. Brisbane back-to-back goals. Sorry, Bale, says Marco. Fantasia down the rooms. Carlton will get relegated. Lohman with a handball there. Operating target players playing Carlton their traffic cones. Ashton, they should have put the Crom versus Dogs game tonight. Oh, 100%. Shouldn't have even been a question. They should have been able to flex it like they do in the NFL, putting the better game on now. That does not deserve to be a 12:50 game or my time, like 1:20 game Melbourne time on a Saturday. It really shouldn't be. Like, you got 3 games tomorrow that all could be at night. So 2 games, because one of them is at night. Like the Giants-Brisbane game, Giants-Geelong game could be one that's at night. There's another Lohman tackle. Lohman's starting to get busy. They need Jagger, says Harry. Yeah, they do. Yep. The Cooper Lord's warming up now as well. I wonder if that is for Fantasia if there is an injury. That's gone on the full. That's hit out on the full, I reckon. Yeah, I've almost given up on not on Dot playing for Carlton, but I've almost given on Dot for a score tonight. He's got to be on at least 55, 60 by heart by 3/4 time to have a chance of getting a good score. And there's George Hewitt holding the ball against Will Ashcroft. Against Hewitt, Will Ashcroft free kick. Again, George Hewitt, just no awareness whatsoever and taking it on. They are a basket case. That is what they are. They're a basket case. Newman's the biggest miss this year with injury. Yeah, he is a big miss down in defence. But it still should not explain how bad Carlton are. Like, they were close for so much the first half, and they've just let Brisbane just pile on. Yeah, I've given up as well. They don't even look like giving it to him, says Grover. Agreed, and that's a miss. So he's Dot got a kick in. That's really all we can hope for at this point. Yeah, Dot kick in. Kicks it to Hollands. Hollands gives the handball back to Doherty. Doherty another kick. Got spoiled away. Unfortunately, that one. There's Doc with a handball. So 3 possessions for Doc at least there. So that's at least something. Newman easy pick next year, says Marco. I think so. Yep, he'll be cheap for what we know he can do. And there's Ashton Moore again at the back. So Ashton Moore's done some good things. Doherty just 9 points here. Yep, he's up to 54, but we need more of that. We need more of that. So whether he can get to a score or not. Jay Sutts, it's sad you see Doc then behind the contest screaming at people where to go. Absolute warrior for the club. Don't even have the respect to listen to him. Yeah, and all the Carlton fans will say he's the problem. It's just a joke. So Ashton Moyer on his non-preferred, and he's missed it. So 3 behinds. At least he showed something, though, so he'll stay in the team. Fantasia out with a hamstring. Oh, geez, I'm shocked by that. Never would have picked Fantasia being out with a soft tissue injury, to be honest. Look at Levi Ashcroft. Like, he uses the ball well every time he gets it, and he doesn't panic. And that's what the Carlton players don't do. They panic every time they get the ball. Dot got it there, says Grover. Few quick points, but wasn't convincing, says Grover. Oh, no, it was fine. Here's Lohman, another +6 coming up. Hope this isn't a dumb question, but if a player is second man in on a tackle, are they still paid? I don't think so, Shannon, unless they take the majority of the tackle. Here's Ashton Moore again. Oh, gets away from Lohman. Gets the handball to Hollands. There's Carroll again. And that is just absolute shit. That should be insufficient intent. He did not even look for a player then, and they call it a throw-in. How is he in the team? He doesn't do anything well at all. He just lopes around and does nothing. How did I can't believe I owned him, and I wanted them to pass the ball to him. Round 8 was the worst scheduling ever on Thursday night. It was North Essendon. Then on Friday, it was Freo St Kilda. Yep, good point. Look what happens when they use Doc. Agreed, yep. As a Blue supporter, will be shocked if he's dropped. Presents very well. Looks like he'll be a good player. Corey's Doc 7 disposals this quarter. But yeah, it's not going to matter though, Corey, because he's not racking up marks or anything like that. So he might be getting some touches, but he's not really putting up like the score. Damn, needed that Chera extra stat. Oh, this is frustrating. There's Levi again. See what I mean? Look, and Levi picks the right option every single time. So Doc up to 53. I thought he was up to 54, but... wait. Oh, no, because he got a ham. No, shit. I thought he was on... Okay, maybe I don't know if I was missing... They're missing a point or if I was miscalculating there, but... Yeah, Doc only has one tackle, doesn't he? He doesn't really help us from fantasy points, says Grover. Yep, yeah, it doesn't help when you've only got that. So it looks like McGovern's forward now. So that's obviously meaning that Doc's going to have to continue playing in defence. That's a mark for Fogarty. Chose Boat for Larky since Boat might have a good game and can't afford the Hornet, says Foster. I think I must have thought was a kick and was a handball. Yeah, mate, potentially. Still got 4 minutes to go. Ashton Moore has just gone to the bench as well. Another behind for Fogarty. So why can't bloody Brisbane be the ones missing these? It's all bloody Carlton missing them. 16 shots to 22 as well. So obviously Brisbane is still completely dominating in that respect. Really needs, this is where we really need some Doc chip marks, to just rack up 30, 40 points quickly, like he did against, I think it was North Melbourne, just racked up a heap of these +6s, but I just don't know if I got the confidence they're going to do that because they just don't use him. But, yeah, at least he's got some of the ball this quarter, but, yeah, it's not looking like I'll be taking his score. There's a +6 for Zorko. Good spoil from O'Farrell there. Free kick. So this is where Doc needs a +6. And Doc, don't put your hands on your bloody shorts. Go and ask for a short kick. Oh, actually, no, it's bloody O'Farrell. He's not going to pass shorts yet. Cooper Lord, who's on now. Oh, my God. And they had two guys open, and they kicked straight to Darcy Gardner. It is just, and here's Zorko. Zorko's going to go 130, 140 here. He's going to absolutely feast in this last quarter and a bit. He's just going to get +6s for absolute fun. He's just going to rack up. And there's Lohman again. Lohman's starting to get busy now as well. And Doc's got a man up on 2 Brisbane players. And then there's Rayner. Carroll can't start him. Just Carlton a 3-7 from set shots. Brisbane a 7-3. Think this is on Carlton thinking they were in premiership window for so long, persisting with B graders, not trickling in youth here and there. Now it's forced all in at once and looks horrible. Long to Kerno is the game plan, says Marco. Merritt or Martin captain. I've got Merritt at 2, Martin at 3. So I'm currently just Merritt. And then there's Rayner. No, it doesn't miss. They just don't miss. The player I'm versing as the player that's banging it long, says Foster. Cheeky Moz on the Zork, love it. Lohman 30-point quarter, 35-point quarter. Yeah, that's just... And see, if I'd kept him, I could have looped him on if he put up a good... Well, he's still on 54, right? Even if he's having a good quarter. He's still, 54. But, yeah. Well, I went from Moya to him, so I'll take the Moya 46. He could be on a lot more Moya, considering it's been a tough matchup, but... Yeah, Doc on 53 with 18 touches as well. People above him, have had less touches. Motlop's had 9 touches and he's above him. Hewitt's had only 1 more. They're essentially level, but the 1 mark and 1 tackle is just killing Doc's score at the moment. I shouldn't be wanting him to just get to 60 by 3/4 time. He should be on mid-60s, but you just got Doc, says Tony. No, I haven't. I've had him for a while, but it was between him and Bergman to be traded out. I chose Bergman because I could loop Doc with McCarthy. So now I've just got to, unless Doc can save it from me, I've just got to rely on McCarthy putting up a big score on the Sunday against Port, which is a tough matchup. Worth going to Zorko next week and then Whitfield after. Cost-wise might be cheapest option. Zorko probably won't get much cheaper, says Grover. Oh, no, I think you go Whitfield. You save the money. He's a great target next week. He did this last week, remember, Bales, and did nothing last quarter. But yeah, but Carlton are much worse than Port Adelaide. So free kick to Lockie Neal. I meant like Doc's your only player. Oh, yes, Doc's my only player in this game. I got Moyer on the bench, but obviously never expected Moyer to put up a score worthwhile taking. There's Rayner. That should be a free kick against Charlie Cameron. Yep. Cowan free kick. So I wonder if Cowan's going to give it to Doc here. A Doc +6 here would... No. Wiedering, switch it. Wiedering, look to your left. Look to your left. And he goes short to Haynes. Cowan, have you got Doc? Is Doc there? No, he's again completely bypassed him and gone to one-on-one. Dunkley against Williams. Seriously. He was never going to win that. He's given it to Doc now, so Doherty with a kick. But Doherty just cannot rack up any points. This is infuriating. TDK, is Doc running by for a handball? No, that's Haynes running by for a +6. Give it to Doc. Give it to Doc. Doc's free. Go to Doc. Hewitt, go short to Doherty. Finally, someone's kicked it short to Doherty. Far out. About bloody time. And look what happens. Doherty hits a target and it works. Who would have thought you give it to one of your better ball users and it actually works? My God. Zorko handball. Oh, jeez. Looking at Long to Whitfield next week says, well, yeah, I love that trade. Tony, Butters, Whitfield on merit to bring in. Should be able to get Whitfield next week if I pick one of the mids. If you want, okay, the short-term play is merit. But if you don't want a 1 or 2 week play and you want more of a guy you're going to hold for the rest of the year, it's Butters. And then get Whitfield next week. Butters has got West Coast. Then Rankin and McRae possibly says, well, yep, I like that trade as well. Dot +6 coming up to +6 at 3/4 time, says Will. Corey said the Doherty +6. It's a hard watch. I don't understand why they don't use him more. He's probably their best ball user, says Grover. Agreed, mate. Let's go through the scores. My God, this game's doing my head in. Jared Berry, 98. Wilmot, 96. So probably not the two we thought would be up there. But Dunkley, 93. Lockie Neal, 90. Getting it done. Cripps, 88. Zorko, 86. Ashcroft, that's Will, 85. Fletcher, 82. Chera, 81. Archie, 75. Rayner, 74. Bailey, 73. So it's plenty of players on track for a ton. It's just Doc should be there. Doc's on 62. Like, I'll take it. 62. If he can have a 40-point quarter like we've been calling for all night, he could actually still ton up from here, which is crazy that he could still ton up. Like, I'll take... So, 28-point quarter will get him to a 90, and I'd be happy enough with that. But it's been a hard watch. The teammates just haven't used him. Like, Cowan's on 66 and Haynes 64. Like, Doc should be well over those guys. To be fair, they've only got 2 scorers higher than those guys, so he's still one of the top scoring players for Carlton, to be fair. Hewitt, 61, if you've got him. McCluggage, 56, obviously copping the Chincotta tag. TDK, 51. Lohman's on 50 as well. They must have taken something away from Lohman. Moyes on 46, that's fine. Obviously good for Cashy on the bench and good cover at least. Levi, 45. Surprised he hasn't racked up more in a matchup like this. Holland's 35. Flynn Young, 32. Carroll, 22. Yeah. He's lucky that Fantasia got injured because I would have been shocked if he wasn't subbed out there. But yeah, Doc, 62. Like, it is what it is. I'm hoping he can just have a massive last quarter and do what he did in the first quarter last week and just rack up. But, yeah. Sard, foot skills and take on players is elite. It was elite, not as much anymore. Marco, pick one to hit a short kick to Doherty for your life. Carroll or Cowan, who you got? Pick one to hit a short kick to Doherty. Oh, geez, neither. If I had to pick one, it'd be Carroll because Cowan just bangs it long. He never looks short. So I'd say Carroll, but that's if I had to pick one. If I'd be passing the question if I could. But early next week, Bales, Merritt or Rankin goes. Depends who you can get in, what else you can do. Pretty high scoring fantasy game says has. Yep, and I wish Doherty was on probably 10, 15 points more and I'd be pretty happy. No longer allowed to use the term hard watch on players on the pod just every time you refer to Carlton, says Jay Sutts. Yeah, it's a good point, mate. Carlton is a hard watch, says Will. Thoughts on Baz VC, scored 149 against Giants last time, says Grover. Yeah, he did well last time, but I think that they weren't paying him any attention, whereas now they will. Kingsley pretty much said we got plans in place for Baz, so I'm not looking at Baz. Tough matchup. I think he gets a bit of a tag, so. Four clangers, 6% disposal efficiency, 3 frees against for Carroll, says Corey. A VC on Dacos as well. Yep, same with me. Sorry, Bales was eating out tacos. What score are you taking from Doc over McCarthy? Well, 90 plus I'd be taking. If it's in the 80s, which it almost looks like it's going to be like that at this point, I don't know if I'd take it or not. Just because like, if McCarthy can get a 70, won't be losing much. I'd probably 90 plus from Doc, I'd be wanting. But hopefully he just has a 28-point last quarter or more. And if he has a 40-point quarter, he tons up. So we'll see if he can do that. But I'm not going to hold much faith the Carlton players are going to pass to him. No, VC currently on Martin into Butters, says Grover. I like that. That's nice. Butters, Merritt in Caldwell, Rankin out. Yep, the good trades there, exercised. Ashton, VC Martin into Nasai or Butters for draft. I'd go VC Martin into Butters. Naz, I think, cops a tag this week. VC Dacos, Grundy, Martin or Merritt, says Weary. Dacos for me is my number one option this week. So Dacos VC. Goulden or Dacos, says Vince. Dacos. If that's Nick Dacos, it's Nick. Corey Bladage, I'm sorry to say another week of Carlton next week for Carlton. Melbourne Watchalong over Eagles and Tigers. Oh, yeah, geez, we're going to have to do it again, aren't we? Yeah. Maybe I don't do one next Saturday night, to be honest. I don't know if I'm going to be bothered doing a watch-along for those two games. I've literally only got Petrarca probably in the Carlton-Melbourne game. I might have Doc if I have to hold on to him. Jay Sutts reading Gold Coast try to run Took with Dacos tomorrow. Potentially, but I think they said no tag, but we'll see. Keaton says, went Doherty to Dunkley and Caldwell to Butters this week, looking all right currently. Yep, you'd be nice with that, mate. But to 56 likes as well, so we're still trying to get to 100 likes. So if you haven't smashed a like on it yet, please do. The quicker we get it done, the quicker I can have my dinner after the watch along. So if you haven't smashed a like on it yet, please do. So we can get to 100. Just need the 44. And we got 74 watching, so if we can get a few people that haven't done it yet, that'd be absolutely fantastic. But at least Thursday is Essendon versus Giants, and Friday is Brisbane and Dogs. Yeah, a couple of good games there. Thanks for the insight, Bales, says Grove. All good, mate. Yep, Bales, hard watch game, says Will. Watchalong have another minus 1 point fourth quarter, says Has. I guess we'll find out, right? So up to 59, so a few legends just did that just then. Very much appreciate it. So can Doc ton up? I would be very happy if Doc could somehow ton up from here. 62. Needs a 38-point last quarter to get it done. He's starting on a wing like he has done every single quarter, which I don't know why they start him there and then he goes back to half back. Just play him at half back and just put Lord and Hollands on a wing. Carroll free kick against Star. Surprise, surprise. Why is he on Charlie Cameron, of all people, as well? Like, he's just, yeah, flying cow. Thinking about next week which one out of Mills or McKercher to go to Whitfield. Probably neither, to be honest. Because if Mills goes well again this week, flying cow, he's got North Melbourne next week. So I think he'll go well there. And McKercher is dominating at the moment, right? So, yeah. I would, unless McKercher got tagged and then they tag him next week for Sydney, I'd be keeping both for at least the short term. They can both eventually go. But there's a Brisbane point. Is Doc got a kick in? No, Holland's kick in, of course. So why is Holland's at half back? Haynes, go to Doc. Doc short. Doc short! My God! Why? And then TDK handballs to Cripps in trouble. And Pitno can't pick the ball up. And he had Doc there. This is... Oh, my God. doing my head in. Absolutely doing my head in. And free kick to Cowan as well. Please go short, Cowan. Just for once in your life. And then Haynes getting in the way of Doc. And Haynes gets the +6. And he'll go short to Holland. So, of course, they switch it round and chip it when Doc's not there. Why the hell is Hollands at halfback again? It hasn't worked all year. And Carlton go, let's try something that hasn't worked all year, but maybe it works now. No. Seriously, this is unbelievable. Zach Williams handballs. Here's Doherty. Oh, look what happens there. Doherty with a good kick to Curnow. Should have been a free kick to Curnow, to be honest, and Curnow should have given the handball back to Doc, but completely ignored him. Bales crash outs as well. Oh, mate, 100% Clarko punch through Wallstar. Oh, mate, I wish I could. Cowan does a short kick, not to Doherty, went to Haynes. Yeah, I know, Corey. Yep. That's why I don't have Carlton player, says Tim. Mate, I wish I didn't have a Carlton player, to be honest. I really do. Hope your multi's going better than Doc, says Shannon. I don't think that's going much better. I had McCluggage, so. Moon Boy Bales, mate, I would love to stay engaged. I really would, but I only own Doc and Hewitt in this. There's a goal for TDK. Why do I trade in these shit players? Yep. TDK 1.7 million. What the hell says Will? Tim says, why are you getting stressed? It's just a game. Tim, that's probably not the best thing to say to me now. Plenty of people have said that to me in the past. I care too much about fantasy for it to be said it's just a game. It's not just a game. I'll take this fairly seriously. So, yes. Bloody Doherty. 65. Just does my head in. Doc should be on over 70 now. Well over 70. What would you take TDK scoring draft over Riccardi? Go on, Bars Punch Wolf says, well, what would you take? 70? What's he on? Is he on near 70? 68. Oh, yeah, if he gets a few more points for the remainder of the quarter, I'd probably take it. Just because Riccardi's not going to be a guy that will smash out a 70 or an 8. That could be a Doc tackle. No, it won't be because it went to Brisbane. See what I mean? Every tackle that Doc can potentially get. And see that every time they kick down the wing, it's not on Doc's wing. It's always on the opposite wing. And they're going to go short to guys like Chincotta in the forward line instead. My God. That's not just a game. This is everything, says Moonboy. Agreed, mate. Doc's not a bad player. I don't care what everyone's saying, says Rod. Couldn't agree with you more, mate. Shannon... Will, the kick against Pies from kicking was shocking. Who's that for? Bales, let me know your address. I'll send a Lockie Cowan cutout to go with Sam Taylor. Please don't. I'll make a video of me burning it. Will says, Doc. Does something happen here? Oh, you're talking about Doc, the kick in against the Pies. Yeah, okay, he might have had a bad kick, but he's still one of their better users. Well, if Doc's going to have this big quarter, he needs to start getting some quick points. He really does. I'm trying to hold out hope that he gets to a 90 and has a 28-point last quarter, but I don't know if he's going to get there. What we need is a Doc goal. Like, if they could somehow get it to Doc here. Cowan, yeah, look at that. Look, he didn't even look. And, of course, he kicks to Hewitt, and it will be made out. Oh, it's a good kick. Look at Cowan. No, don't care. It's not a matter of life or death. It's much more serious than that, says Rodler. Mate, agreed. Of course, the one time that Cowan decides he's going to kick short, it's to someone that's not Sam Doherty, and people go, it's a good kick. And that'll be a goal for you. So Carlton hit the first 2 of the quarter. So what is it back to? 41 points. Cowan is trash, needs to play for Tassie, says Corey. Oh, geez, I don't even think Taz... If I was Tassie, I wouldn't go for him. Why would you want him? We're up to 61 likes as well. So if anyone hasn't smashed a like on it yet, please do. Because I'm hungry. When this game finishes, I want to head off fairly soon to have my dinner. So if you can smash a like, get us to 100, that'd be fantastic. He's from Tasmania. That's why, says Corey. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I don't think they'd want him. Why would you want him? Why would you want someone at half-back that turns the ball over all the time? I wouldn't. I just think of Jota and think, who really cares if your team's shit? Well, obviously, yes. If you put stuff like that in, obviously fantasy means nothing. But I am passionate about fantasy and I want it going well. So there you go. Lord and someone else at half-back. Sorry, someone else on a wing. So Doc looks like he's either back at half-back or he's on the bench. One of the two. And here's McGovern. Could you imagine? This might be a third goal for Carlton in a row. What's for dinner, Bell says has? Baked potatoes. Baked potatoes. So load them up with some bits and pieces, which is nice. Looking forward to that. I used to work at HJ's with you when I was in school, Bales. DF, who are you, DF? If I worked with you, who are you? DF, who's that? I'm passionate about my team in North and Fantasy as well. Sky City Casino this weekend. Bale says be exercise. Not for me. Not this week. Will says goal. Yep, they've kicked 3 in a row. Rodler, thank you very much for the super chat, mate. Very much appreciated. Probably that'll help out with the algorithm. Appreciate that. Get a Nando's, Bales. I probably won't worry about getting Nando's tonight, but can certainly look at Nando's very soon. I haven't had it for a little bit, so I'll look at that. Has, chuck some beans and cheese on there. We'll try some sour cream and chives bars. Could be yum. I'll light up with a few things. I'm looking forward to it. Will says $20. Well, yeah, no, always appreciate any super chat that comes through. So, Rod, though, very much appreciate that. If anyone else wants to leave a super chat, then feel free. Obviously, helps support us here and helps the dream of being full-time fantasy analyst or content creator, whatever you want to call it, make a full-time job. So if you'd like to leave a super chat and do that, then feel free. There's a kick from Zorko. I'm not sure if Doc's on or if he's on the bench. I can't see him at the moment. No, there's Doc. Give it to Doc. Lord was going to Doc there, but missed him, of course. There's Lohman. Lohman with a kick. I'd love a Carlton intercept mark, but no. Hipwood marks in between like 3 Carlton players. Like 2 plus 6s for Doherty would get him to, 80? He's on 65, right? Would get him to essentially 80, right? 77. It'd get him very close. We just need some quick points. Like, I'm sick of sitting there asking for Carlton just to pass the Doc. Like, it shouldn't be hard. Like, unbelievable. Please miss Hipwood. That'd be nice. Yeah, he's missed it. Is this a Doc kick in? Probably not. Looks like someone else running towards it. Cowan kicking. Unbelievable. Why is Cowan on kick-ins? And Dunkley's got a free kick. Why is Cowan on kick-ins of all people? And there's Zorko again. Zorko's going to rack up. Like, he's on 95 now, so it's not like he's like absolutely tearing it apart at the moment. That's a free kick against Zach Bailey there. Is Cowan going to pass short to Doc? I'm not going to hold my breath. But you just never know. Oh, look at that. He goes long to a contest and turns it over to Brisbane. No, he's lucky that bloody Jared Berry dropped the mark. But he had Doherty short. You couldn't paint a better picture than a spud like Cowan kicking long down the line. It's just the most obvious thing you've seen. Seriously. Why can't the Ashcroft brothers play on Carlton? Why can't Doherty still be at Brisbane? If he was still at Brisbane, he would be racking up at halfback with Zorko. They would just be chipping it to each other, love and life. Instead, he's down in a team with these spuds. That should have been a mark to O'Farrell. Tackle for Doherty. Sorry, tackle for Dunkley. Sorry, not Doherty. Best kick in AFL, Cowan, says Will. Yeah, I know that you're just trying to get me to buy it back. That'll be a free kick. So that's a ton for Dunkley. And then there's Logan Morris, unmarked. Unbelievable. So Dunkley's up to 111 now. 11 tackles. Zorko 95 as well. Look at Holland just standing there in the goal square. Seriously. So I don't even know. Is Doc on the bench at the moment? I don't even know if I don't see him at the moment. So Morris has missed it. It's not going to be a Doc kick in because he's not taking him anymore. So he was taking all of them in like the second quarter. And now they're giving him to these shit players like Hollands and Cowan. No, Doc must be on the bench. I don't see him at all. So that'll be the first time since the first quarter he's been on the bench. Is that another free kick to Josh Dunkley? Far out, man. And he's now just absolutely racking up at the moment, Dunkley. So why can't Dunkley just be a consistent fantasy player for us this year? We know that he's capable of this every week, and he has to mix it in with these 70s. Free kick to Berry. No, Doc bench. Of course he is. Yep. Dunkley just manhandled Kerno there. Says Plant Ocean. Yeah, he did. So Doc's on the bench now, which is no surprise. He's been on the ground for the last 2 quarters, 100%. But to be honest, it's not as much Cowan's fault as it is Voss. That's the game plan. Kick it to tall guys. It's horrible. We didn't notice it as much last year because Newman had a brain back there. Yeah, good point. Yep. And see all the misses here now. And, of course, Doc's on the bench, not taking any kick-ins at all. Like, I don't understand why they've... seriously, just... I regret playing McCluggage game day squad. Doc done for the game, then says Grover. No, he won't. No, it's still 10.5 minutes to go. He'll come back on. Did he just run back on then, actually? I think he might have just run back on. Because he's got fairly similar... I saw the boots run on. I don't know if it was him or not. Probably wasn't. I'm probably wishing for too much, but... Too many mouths to feed in the Lions midfield. A different one goes 120 every week. No, Doc's there waiting to come back on. So he's got 10 minutes to try and rack up 35 points, which is not going to happen. 25 points would be fine, get to a 90, but it's looking very likely like I'm going to have to take McCarthy for the week. Going to trade Zorko next week. Copped a weird shin knock early and needs a rest before finals, says Rodler. I wouldn't be trading Zorko if you've got him. I'd be holding him for sure. It's Locking Hill. Kicks it into Cripps' foot and it goes out on the full. That's going to be laughed about on the pod for sure. Tim's saying sorry. What are you saying sorry for there, Tim? Here's Zorko again. He's what? What's he on now? That'll be what, 98. He'll rack up to like 120, 130. I can just see it. He's struggling a bit out there. Maybe he does come to the bench, but he's on 98 still, which is still solid. I want a Brisbane goal if Doc's not already on, which he's not. And again, another behind. They're just missing now because Doc's on the bench. Don't worry, Bales McCarthy tons up for us. Locke says has. I hope so, but... And then there's Holland. See? So they go short to the pocket when it's anyone other than Doherty. But when it's Doc, they won't pass short. They'll go long. They've still got guys like Carroll and that on the field. Get them off. And where's Ashton Moyer? There's Moyer. He's literally been non-existent now for like a quarter and a bit now. He's hardly touched it. Is there any concern with Gordon? Asked before, but missed it. Sorry. Oh, sorry, Mark, if I did. I think there's a chance he does get attention from a Windhager. I think Doherty's back on. I didn't see him waiting on the bench. There's Lohman. Lohman gives the handball to Morris. Punched away by Cripps. Williams, handballs to Chera. So like they were handballed to every other player but Doherty. That's an awful kick. It's actually good gather by Moyer with a handball. Moyer's shown something, at least. He's been pretty good. Chera, that's an awful kick. Chera's kicking shit. Like, Chera's been a good fantasy player for us this year. Well, I didn't own him, obviously, but for a lot of people. But he's, I don't know. Jury's out with him. His kicking is just very, very average for a player of him that should be a lot better. Kerno now saw. Down with Dunkley VC would be nice. Hopefully Merritt comes through, says Calum Fife. Saying fantasy not seriously. Oh, no, mate, all good. You're completely fine. And Lohman, is Doc going to get there? No, Lohman +6. So Lohman's actually going okay. There's Jesse Motlop. Oh, geez, that's deliberate. Is that going to be paid? Yep. Motlop. Oh, what was he doing? Absolute. Oh, geez, crap. Dot back on. Yeah, saw Bucko just a couple minutes before. Should have stuck with Bourbon. Bale says Lee. Yeah, well, hindsight's a wonderful thing. If I'd known Doherty wasn't going to play well, I would have. But I was going, well, I get to loop with him and McCarthy. I might as well go for the chance of 2 players. But, yeah, oh well. And see, now they've got Hollands again on kick-ins. Unless he goes short to Doc, I don't care. And he's not going to because Doc's on the 50, not even leading. Yeah, handball into the goal. Petition to put Carlton at 1 on a Stadley, says Jay Sutts. Where's Doc? He's just nothing. Nothing for Doc at all. He's not even really trying either to get the ball. Hopped off Dot this week. Looks like it's worked out, says Oak. Yep. How's the game been? Haven't had time to watch today. You've been really busy. Oh, good, Oak. No, it's been shit. It's been an awful, awful watch. Dunkley Big Ton says Will Cowan 80. Yeah, Cowan should not be on 80. Like, could Neil be 23rd premium, says Calum Fife? Potentially, but no, not for me. Neil's way too up and down. There's O'Farrell. Jeez, if he could give a handball off to Doc here, that would be amazing. But Doc's not even going to look for it, I don't think. I didn't even realise. There's only 5 minutes 50 to go. Will White's been a bad acquisition in the preseason. Oh, mate, you could name a lot of players for Carlton that have been bad acquisitions, to be honest. No, holding Doc O'Burn was the right move. Still every chance Doc outscores Bergman. Yeah, there is, but... seriously. And Zorko's turned over to Chincotta. Hewitt. Doherty's right there for it. Is Doherty going to ask for a handball? No, they go short to Williams. Williams, please get the handball off to Doc. No, that Carlton are just wasting time. This is ridiculous. This is sad. A team's just wasting time, chipping it around near the 50 just to take 30 seconds off and get to the final siren. This is sad. Like, this just... And I'm not saying sad as in I'm sad that they're doing. I'm just saying it's sad as in it's a ridiculous thing that they're doing. Doc's on 65. I was hoping I thought he'd get to 80 at least, let alone 70. Part of me is almost happy Doc's done it. Well, he's going to lose money, which is obviously the annoying thing, right? But at least it's made it pretty clear he's gone and I'm not taking his score. Like, it's not like in the 80s where it's like, oh, I could take it. Unless he just racks up in the last 3 minutes and gets some +6 and it gets like an 83. Depends if Bergman plays midfoot or not, says Lee. Yeah, that's the thing with him, right? So, Wilmot top scorer on the ground. What a gun he's been since debut. He's a good player, Shannon. He's a very good player. Wilmot, one of the most composed young players out there. Yep, exactly what Carlton need. Not what they've got at the moment. You see what I mean? Like, Doc free for a handball like 4 times there, and then they've handballed to every single other spud standing round there except for Doc. It's a joke. And here's Dunkley again. Far out. Like, Williams injured against his Corey. That's not a surprise. At least Doc isn't much from Witt next week, says Corey. Oh, yeah, that's the most obvious trade I'll be doing. Wilmot starter in defence 2026, says Chris. Thank you, Will, for the super chat, mate. Very much appreciate it. Feel sorry for you, Bales. Oh, mate, no, it's all good. I'm just pissed off that Carlton continue to use these players in the shit roles, and Doc should be the main guy coming out of defence, but they decide to use Cowan and Carroll and Hollins and McGovern and all these shit players in their defence. And the one player is right there staring them in the face that should be the main guy coming out of defence, and they just continue to ignore him. It's just a joke. Looks like McCarthy isn't getting looped for me this week. My red dot is a St Kilda player. Mills would be the number one, would be the player I looped in with. There's no Mills for me, but with Doherty playing first, I obviously went there, and I'm glad that I looped him because I certainly wouldn't want this score on field. There's 2 minutes 40 left. There's no hope of Doc getting any more points from here. And Kerno turning over to Berry. And Dunkley again. My God. 131 for Dunkley so far now. God, I'd love to have someone like him in my team. And there's Wilmot. That'll be a 135 for Wilmot. And they're just going to chip around now. This will be it. I think Zorko's on the bench. But this is just going to be Brisbane now for the final couple of minutes. Geez, the Lions look good. Fast, accurate ball movements. A joy to watch this, Shannon. Yeah, they're looking good, but they're playing a very, very shit team. Like, here we go. This is Hewitt, and apparently Hewitt turned up. Seriously. Going to take 77 from TDK over Cardi. I'll be doing that. Fielding McCarthy over him now, says Sean. Yeah, I'll be doing the same. It's just, the 65 as well is going to hurt because it's going to mean he's going to lose 20k. Which isn't a big deal, right? But it's just Brisbane just chipping around. Like, I knew this would happen. Brisbane get to this stage of the game and they're up by a lot, and then they just chip it around a lot, and they'll find a target, waste another 30 seconds. So, embarrassing. Looking like a Doc 3-point quarter. Yeah, Jesus. My God. I think it's time to just hop off Carlton players. None are scoring off weeks now. Looking to move Chera on soon as well, says Has. Oh, when Doc's on for me next week. It's an almost obvious trade. Sorry for the flex, but got the cheeky VC on Dunk, says Marco. Oh, it's good for you, mate. But yeah, it's going to be hard for me to be up and about, unfortunately, when I've got players that keep shit in the bed. But I'm happy for you, Marco. Seriously. I'm genuinely happy for you, but yeah, Doc probably going to drop more than him now, says Sean. It's like it's been Hollands this last quarter that's just been the guy that's just been taking kick-ins, getting all these points. Like, seriously. Like, how is he the guy back there? And now Carlton decide they're going to play quick through the middle with the handballs. And Doc was free for a disposal there. Yep. How good is Dunkley Beauty, says Figsy. Too inconsistent. Like, he's gone 120, 78, 130. Like, what is he? Is he a good fantasy player or is he not? Because he just keeps going up and down. Like, he's the perfect 23rd primo to loop on the bench. Because he'll be a guy that will pump out big scores, but then you can loop him for the bad ones. 40-point quarter for Dunkley. Been burnt 10 times tonight, says Sean. Oh, mate, he's been burnt. Oh, I could count 20 times, I reckon. He's been burnt. Doherty could have had a monster score tonight. He could have gone 110, 120, but there's a tackle for Doc at least. That'll be 69 points. Holland's 28-point quarter. And that should have been Doc, and he would have got to a 90 if it was that. Is Doc going to get to a 70 at least? Another tackle should be incoming for Dunk, says Figsy. Yeah, probably. That'll be 137 if that's the case. Oh, no, that's the game over. Yep, 137 for Dunkley, sorry. Game over. Thank God that watch-along's over. Run 65 likes as well, so if we can get to 100, that'd be great, but yeah. Sean says we flew McCarthy at .69. Oh, not even have to. 100% I'll be looping McCarthy on instead. It's just, all I needed just to get the round off to a start was just to have a solid score at D6 and not have to worry about McCarthy. Which he might turn up anyway, right? But to now have to rely on someone that I wasn't hoping I'd have to rely on and having a guy that's over 900k not be in my team this week is just predicted lines by 37. What did they win by? Oh, they won by 37. There you go. I went by 40, so I was only 3 away, which is something. We filled in McCarthy over Doc 60. Oh, yes, that for has Wilmot got the old Zorka right? Oh, no, he just played well tonight. Just got amongst it more. Had Dunkley 155 in Supercoach and 131 Hewitt tonight there as well. Grover, well, Doc's on my field. Payne, says Grover. FU Doc couldn't loop because Liddy named, says DJ. It's not Doc's fault, right? It's his shit teammates. Honestly, Zorko should have gone 140. Bit of a let off, says Has. He rested the last 5 minutes on the bench, so Port hardest team for designated kickers. Thank you, Sean. Appreciate you letting me know it's a hard matchup. But I'm still backing him in. You can't take 69 on field. Not this time of year. You're giving up 20, 30 points. That's the thing that I'm most disappointed about is now if McCarthy scores shit and other people have got other players that go well, what's about Berman goes over 100? Nice 50 by Moyes, says Planet Ocean. Yeah, he didn't touch it much after, but again, his teammates didn't give him any. Well, he didn't finish it off, right? He should have kicked 3 goals, but considering I want to trade Chera this week, I'm not going to complain about a 90, says Oak. Of course, in such high-scoring fantasy game, Loman, a stinky 60. Yeah, there you go. So he didn't have a big second last score either. Just a game, bro, says DF. Oh, mate, it's more than the game, unfortunately, for me, mate. But DF, you didn't answer my question. You obviously said you worked at Macca's. Hungry Jack, so with me back in the day. But I've worked with so many people, mate. What's it? Because DF, what's the name there? But let's go to the scores. We're up to 67 likes as well, so let's try and get these final 33 likes through so then I can go have my dinner because I'm really hungry. So if you can smash a like, that'd be very much appreciated. But yeah, Wilmot 144, obviously massive score, 14 marks was great. Dunkley 137, 13 tackles, obviously very, very good there, 6 marks as well. Locking in 127, Berry 119, Ashcroft 112, Zorko 104, and I didn't play anyone of these in. I've only played Zorko in game day squads. That's annoying. Hewitt 104, Fletcher 102, Cripps 101, Chera 91. Look at that. Haynes 83, Cowan 80. Like, these guys should not be scoring more than Doc. TDK 79, that's okay if you had him in draft. Doherty 69. Like, 2 marks, 2 tackles. Like, Even looking at the score just pisses me off. McCluggage 64, that's bad. Very, very bad. So if you got McCluggage, that's a bad one. I half consider him as an option, to be fair, as a pod, but yeah, unfortunately, that's why McCluggage, I know he hasn't put up a bad score for a long time, but McCluggage is capable of these games. Lyman 61. Moya got a 50. Anything else? Not really. What's about I trade Doc though next week and he racks up against Melbourne? That wouldn't shock me if that's what he does. But yeah, that is they're the scores. Figsy says, Ben Hobbs a very unique pod for a 2030 premium. No call or no parish could get the rid for row one. Oh, I'm not going to trust Hobbs, Figsy. He's had so many chances to have that role and hasn't had it. So, yeah, not for me. So Dunkley best on ground. There you go. At least the multi-cashed says P extra sized. What for you? Because mine wouldn't have. I would have missed out on $2, right? I don't really care if it didn't pay off, but so what do you got? Lyman hit. Ashcroft, Levi needed one more touch, and McCluggage fell 7 short. So I would have only got $20 anyway, but yep, just typical. Didn't get any little bit of money there. At least good cash in for Moya. I don't even know what was his break even. Thanks, Bales, legend. Knight says, well, thanks, mate. Thanks for tuning in. Happy I tried Doc out this week, says Lee. Bales, I'm going to go through Hungry Jacks tonight. Any recommendations? Barbecue cheeseburger. That's what I always recommend to people. It's a good one. Get a double barbecue cheeseburger as well. Yeah, that 69 from Doc on the bench just really pisses me off. So Moy's break even was 20, so it's not really going to make much cash. So yeah, so it's not good, too good there, to be honest. Like, he'll go up 20k, something like that, 30k maybe, but not much. But it's just a 69 from Doc it's hard. And yeah, it looks like a lot of people would have looped Doc on the bench. So yeah, DC did the same thing. So probably doing the same thing as, McCarthy on for Doc. What a joke of a club, Carlton are. They really are. They are shit house. Up to 71 likes as well. Still need 29 likes to get to 100. So if you haven't smashed the like on it yet, please do. Actually, I'll check Moy's cash gen on Rose Magic. That's probably what I'll check. And I'll check Doc's as well. I love how Lad's the first one that comes up all the time. So Doherty with a 69 goes down 17k. He's still over 900k, but yeah, the 17k is a bit frustrating that he drops. He'll probably drop the same amount as Whitfield, to be honest. So, yep. He'll have to go next week, unfortunately. And I was partly hoping, well, if he put up a big score tonight, Melbourne next week, could have been an okay matchup. But, yep, Ashton Moya with a 50 goes up 30k. There you go. Break even to 2. So he'll make a bit of cash, but, yep. And then I want to check Chera as well for those people that got Chera. So Chera, the 91, he goes down 22k, down to 950, break even of 115. So he's someone that you can look at trading there. And even, Dunkley with the 137 goes up 34k up to 951, break even to 68. So he's on the way up, right? But can you trust him? That's the question. Put up a bad score last week, so it's just too up and down. Can you check Loman as well, says Haz? Yeah, I can have a quick look at Loman. What are you up to likes-wise? Up to still 71 likes. I don't think we're going to be getting it tonight, unfortunately. I'm probably not going to stick around to try and wait for it to hit. So if you guys want to hit the 100 again and keep the streak going since round, round 2, you have to probably get them up pretty quick because I'm probably going to be going pretty soon because I'm very, very hungry. Lyman goes up 21k, break even of 36. So that's solid. I gained a couple of K doing that trade. In terms of cash gen, obviously a lot of money in the bank. So happy enough with that one. Let's go. Dunk says Ryan. Yep, be very happy with him, mate. Do you think Cherry Butter's waste for trade? Nah, Tim, it's fine. I'm fine enough doing that. Marco, Watchalong tomorrow. Yes, it will be. Yep, yeah, for the Gold Coast Colin game, be a lot more fun to watch that than the game tonight. The game tonight was just a hard watch. Really was. Kobe Pemba, Long and Darcy to Goulden and Butters. Long and Darcy to Goulden and Butters. Yep. Or Long and Sarong. It says Sour Wrong. Long and Sarong to Goulden and Butters. So essentially keeping what? Darcy or Sarong? I'm keeping Sarong over Darcy. So I'd be doing Long and Darcy to Goulden and Butters. That's what I'd be doing. Whitfield number 1 trade target next week, says Lee. Probably, yep. Vince says, hey, Bales, just tuned back in. His Dunk's an option. Maybe. He's got a ceiling, but he's just been so up and down. Like, he's just not consistent enough. So I don't know. What's the run coming up for Brisbane? That would be probably the question. So next week, they've got Bulldogs, then Gold Coast, then Collingwood, Sydney, Freo, Hawthorn. So next couple's not bad. So Dunkley could be all right, but yeah, I'm not sure. Kind of end to play. Who goes first out of Rankin and Dylan Moore? Probably Rankin. Probably just 'cause I think Moore's got a little bit more upside. Moore's been bad as well. Can see Dacos going 140 plus tomorrow night, says Chris. I hope so, mate. I hope so. My number 1 option this week. I'm hoping he does. Marco, any concern with Dacos being sick through the week? No. Drew Jones said he trained on Monday and looked like he's the day like normal Dacos. So he'll be fine. He'll be fine tomorrow night. We're still on 72 likes as well. So if you haven't smashed a like on the video yet, please do. I'm I won't be staying around for too much longer because I do want my dinner. So if we can get 10, 15 likes pretty quickly, then I'll try and stick around to 100 likes. But unless we can get soon, I'll probably give up on the 100 like goal, I think. And we'll just see what we can do from there. But yeah, if you can smash like on the video, if you've got a second account, third account, anything like that, and you want to smash a like, please do. Thank you, Haz, for a super chat, mate. A week is a long time in footy. We can only go up from here. I hope so, mate. I hope so. Like, again, tonight doesn't affect me, right? Like, 69's on the bench. I'll just play McCarthy, right? And just hope McCarthy can pump out an 80, 90 score like in the first couple. But, again, it is a bit risky trying to roll into a rookie that dropped to 75 last week. But it was against the Giants. It's a tough matchup. Like the stream for Bales, paying with Doherty. Yeah, we're 73, so we're only getting like 1 or 2 likes now. We only got the 50 watching now, so a lot of people probably already liked it, so we probably don't have enough people tuning in right now to smash a like to get us to 100, I don't think. So it was going to happen, right? It's the back part of the year. There's not as many people tuned into fantasy like they were at the start of the year, so it's harder for there to be 100 people that tune in and smash a like. But yeah, we're up to 74 anyway, so I guess we'll see. I'll probably be live for another 2.5 minutes to get to 3 hours, 10 minutes on the stream. And if we probably aren't on 90, I'll probably just cut it there and say that that'll be it because I'm hungry and I would like my dinner. So, oh man, bloody Doherty. Would have just liked a good score just to get the week. Kind of Enterprise, if we are struggling with cash gen, do we go up to Martin for the sugar hit this week or sit with McRae and have some remaining cash? If you're really struggling for cash gen, you probably have to save the cash and go McRae, I think. What's your team value there at Connor? Are you doing AFL Fantasy this year, Bales? Oh, 100%, Chris. Yep, 100%. And at least I know in AFLW, they actually, if there's a player that is really, really good, they give the ball to them, which is something Carlton don't do. So AFLW, I'm looking forward to it. Lee Everett, I got Nick Dacos on JB tomorrow. Hope he goes well, says Lee. Hopefully he does, mate. I'm hoping he does. We're up to 78 likes as well. Will there be an AFLW fantasy app? I'm not sure there'll be the app, but yeah, Doherty going to need some of Voss's extra security at this rate. Says has. Yeah, got about a minute to go before I head off. Still need 22 likes for the 100, but I don't think we're going to get there. So I'm probably going to head off in about 40 seconds time. Unless we get an influx of likes just out of nowhere to get us to like 85, 90. But Hewitt Tund, I can't see Doc on screen. Not a good sign. No, he went 69 moon by, unfortunately. Carlton, typical. Didn't pass to him 10, 15 occasions. He should have easily turned up tonight in the role that he was in. But teammates were just shit around him. So that's a big reason why. A bit over 24 mil have Rouston, McCarthy, Liddy and May producing cash and only have McKercher, Rankin, Moore and Mills that aren't uber primos. Oh, what? No, have you got rookies off the field, Connor? If all the rookies are off the field and you've got those rookies on the bench and you've got no rooks on field, I'd go Martin. Will you do content for the AFLW, says Marco? Oh, definitely, mate. 100%. 100% I'll be doing. I'll be doing a review and then a preview. So pretty much our Sunday night review show and then the Friday Pre-Lockout Chat is pretty much what I'll be doing for AFLW. Might even do a cheeky Twitter space on like a Wednesday night, midweek, just to maybe do some questions and stuff. Maybe a YouTube stream potentially. I guess we'll see. We'll see how it all goes. Oh, we could do a Q&A, Tuesday, Wednesday night Q&A. Be happy to do that. Just answer people's questions if people want to tune in. If we're done with fantasy, will be interesting. Oh, who's the best player to get? Ebony Marinoff, starter. Just put her in. I forgot to trade Doc out. Oh, God, says red lighting. Yep. It was a hard one. No, McCarthy's on field, but I'm pretty set and happy to continue living between Rouse and McCarthy, Liddy. If that's the case, then you could just go get Nick Martin, because you're going to need him at some point anyway, right? Should I take Doc's score, says Jacob. Sorry, it's got a hair. Oh, a mouse. I don't know where. Yeah, it's annoying. Or Luke McCarthy. I'm Luke McCarthy, Jacob. I'm not taking Doc's 69. I can't take 69 on field. You play McCarthy. Do a show with Liam. He's all over that platform, says Chris. We get Liam on the Pre-Lockout Chat a fair bit. So, yep, he'll be someone that we'll definitely get on for sure. But yeah, it's past 3. Yep, we're on 80 likes, so I don't think we're going to get there, unfortunately. I think that is the streak is officially over in round 18, which is pretty good. We went for, 16 rounds, getting over 100 likes on every watch long. So appreciate that. But yeah, unfortunately, looks like we're gonna call it, and it's meaning that we're gonna miss out on 100 likes for the first time since round 2 with 80 likes. But probably no surprise because, as I said, getting later in the season and because tonight's game was a pretty shit one. So no surprise. But if you are watching now, make sure you do smash like on the video if you haven't already. Subscribe to our channel, and if you like, we've just got 83, so who knows if we get like 7 more likes in the next maybe minute, I'll stick around to see if we can get the 100 again. But we're on 83. But if you haven't subscribed to our Patreon yet, please do. Patreon.com/AFL Fantasy Fanatics for team reviews, everything like that. It's only $20 for the remainder of the season if you want to just jump in the Patreon, see what it's about, and if you like it, you might be able to jump in next year. So if you want to jump in for the last couple of months of the season, then feel free. And yeah, actually, I did have Josh Dunkley in Supercoach, actually, so we'll take that at least. Yeah, still on 83, so that's probably going to do it, I reckon. Have we got any extras? Don't think we have, unfortunately. So I think that will be it. Yeah, still on 83. Yep, so that'll pretty much that'll do it, I reckon. No, 84. We're on to 84. Can we get 16 more likes? I can stay till for another minute and a half. See if we can, and if we get to 90, then I can stick around. So if you haven't liked it yet, smash a like. If we can get the 100 keep going, that would be fantastic. But we need 16 more likes. So if you've got a second account or a third account and you'd like to do it, I'm partly trying to hold on because we're fairly close, but I am thinking I will be ending it. So I've got a minute and 8 seconds till I head off. That'll be 3 hours, 15 minutes. we'll cut it there if we haven't got the like. So if you haven't liked it, smash a like so we can get there. Otherwise, it will be probably have to call it in a second. So plus I've got to feed the animals as well. So it's 10 p.m. It's exactly 10 p.m. So 45 seconds to get at least 6 likes, and then I might try and stick around to get the last 10. But more than likely, so we're at 85. Still need 15 more. What have we got? 30 seconds before I end up saying that that'll be it for the stream. Part of me is now just anxiously waiting to see if we can get the extra last bit of likes. $87. We're trickling to 100. So if we get like one more update in like a couple of seconds that says we're on 90, I'll stick around for another few minutes. If anyone's got any last minute questions, feel free to put it in. I'm happy to answer them, but I will be heading off very shortly. Particularly if we don't get a couple more in the next probably 20, 30 seconds. So if you've got any last minute questions, feel free to put it in the chat. 88 now. We're very, very close. 12 likes away. We're only 12 likes away from 100. So if you haven't liked the stream yet, please do. Because we are very, very close. And now the dog. What are they doing out there? Don't know what they're doing out there, but oh, the chat's not even up. The chat's not loading. I thought that there was just no chat. Hang on, sorry. There is chat that's here. So of course the YouTube chat not loading. So so someone actually just disliked it or didn't like it. So that's not a very nice thing to do. We went from 88 to down to 87. So I don't appreciate whoever just did that then. That's very much not appreciated. But yeah, with 13 away, I'll just answer this last bit of chat and then we'll sort of call the stream there. But yeah, we just need 13 more people that haven't done it yet to smash a like. What have we got here? So, yeah, right. There's actually a bit of chat I must have missed. Marinoff is a pig, says Marco. Yeah, agreed. And in the good, like obviously good way. If people know fantasy, they know that. We can blame Carlton for the likes too, says Lee. Red lighting. So should I trade Liddy down to Stevens as well? It was going to go Dr. Whitfield. Well, if Liddy's named, you wouldn't be trading him. Smash like says has. Yeah, we still need 13. I just don't think we're going to get there. Everyone's saying to like it. Chris, who was that bomber girl who did her ACL last season? Bonnie Toogood. She's an absolute lock in the forward line. Lee Everett, when can you start building your team bales in AFL Fantasy? Soon when the platform opens. I'm not sure when it will open though. Like the damn thing says Will. Well, I don't know. No, my glorious King Bales says we'll buy it. Has Bales, who's more of a spud? Your baked potatoes or Doherty? My baked potatoes, because Doherty's not a spud. It's more down to Carlton. So should I trade Liddy down to Stevens? Oh, yeah, said that before from Red Lighting. Mirrors at 3-week places, Marco. Yep, that's what I'm currently doing. Red Line says Buzz. Yep, sorry, it wasn't loading. We can still get it, says Lee. I don't think we can. It hasn't moved with likes. It's not even trickling up anymore. Normally, this is when it goes up to like 90, 95 and people start getting in, but it's not looking like many people are probably on that haven't liked it anymore, or people won't like it. We're up to 88 now, so we still need 12, but if it's going down this slow, I don't see it going up quick enough. The dog's trying to give it to Doherty, says Lee Everett. Chamidar disliking the video. Bonnie's too good. Name lock for AFLW. Yep, agreed. If I could like the stream twice, I would, Bell, says Chris. Lee's saying we're up to 89. I've only got 88 on my phone here. But again, yeah, there you go, 89. But of the 41 people watching, is there 11 people that haven't liked it yet? That would be my question. I said I was going to end at 3:10, and I've been live for an extra 8.5 minutes just trying to get these last likes. So, yeah. All right, well, we got 1 minute, 15 seconds until it is 3 hours and 20 minutes for the stream. That will be where I do call it. If we're not on like 95, that will be where we're done. We're currently on 89. If we get enough, and someone's just disliked it there again. So it doesn't help when people like the video and then take the like off. Like, I don't get the point of when people do that. You either like the stream, enjoyed it, or you didn't. So yeah, appreciate everyone that's done that so far. But yeah, the people that keep liking it and then disliking it, I'm not sure. Unless they're trying to like it, then not like it, then like it to try and get the algorithm up. But I don't think that actually works. So I'm seeing if I can hack the like button to get 2, says Will. Oh, so that was probably you that disliked it, then liked it. We're on 90, so yeah, we got about 20. We're not going to get it. It's simple as that. We're 10 likes away. It's been going up like 1 or 2 likes every minute. I just don't think we're going to get up there, unfortunately. I'll see if there's one more update. If we get to like 93, 94, I'll stick around. But if we don't, then that'll probably be there. Has says 10 more likes. My bad, Bales. All good, Will. All good. I just wasn't sure if someone was disliking it or not. So we're on 91. So we need 9 more. 3 hours, 20 minutes. I think I'm gonna have to call it. I think our streak's gonna be over. $91. We're 9 away. I just don't think we're gonna get there. 9 more likes, says Has. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get there, unfortunately. 92 now. And we've got a few more people tuning. We've got 45 watching. We need 8 more likes. If you haven't liked it yet, please do. We've had a streak since round 2 of 100 plus likes on the stream. And yeah, this is, everyone get your family on YouTube, says Marco. Geez, it's not that much of a thing. We know how to lock in, says Will. I've got to go on my second account. Let me lock in, says Lee. Yeah, make a random account to like. Let's go. Has 100 likes. Bales do a Jack Daniels shot. I'm not gonna do a shot for you at 100 likes. That's only for super chats. And I don't want to make that a regular thing because then people will lose the shine of it. We're on 93. We're 7 likes away. We're very, very close, but I don't know if we're going to get there. Is there 7 legends out there that haven't liked it that can smash a like? Because it's updating with like people viewing, but it's not updating with likes. So I just don't think we're going to get there. Maybe 5 minutes, I'll be able to throw a few, just like driving on the freeway. Oh, you're just driving the freeway, Kobe. Oh, but have you got 7? You probably don't have 7 likes, so to get us there. As I said, I'm hungry. I haven't had dinner yet. It's 10:07 p.m. And I'm hungry for dinner. Spicy take Anderson goes more than Dacos tomorrow night. I could definitely see that happening. He's got a good record against Collingwood in his last few. So now we're on 94. We need 6 likes to go. 6 to go. Can we get there? Has Kobe, it's okay to like and drive. I like that one. Yeah, 6 more likes, people. If we can get 6 likes, we've done it again. And we're very, very close. But part of me says I don't want to keep being live for so long. But we're so close that I'm probably going to have to be now. Just like on my second account, says Lee. We're at 95 now. We're 5 likes away from 100. I can feel the ton coming, says Will. If you think Dacos is going 120, smash a like on the video. We've got more people watching, so there might be people that just tuned in that haven't liked it. We just need 5 legends out there to smash a like, and we've done it. And we've continued the streak. So if you guys haven't, please do. Dacos going 200, says Lee. Don't think he's going to go 200, but I wouldn't complain if he did. Any late adjustments for the players? I didn't actually look if there was any late adjustments or not. I will refresh here and see. Still on 95 as well, so still haven't moved up, unfortunately. Let's have a look. Any adjustments up to 96 now? See, we're just going up 1 and 1 and 1. Just be good to go up by 2 or 3. That'd be good. So, any adjustments here? Doesn't look like it. No, Doc didn't even get an adjustment to go over 70. No adjustments. It doesn't look like for anything there. $97 now. Jeez, we're 3 away. Come on, surely there's 3 people out there haven't liked it yet. If you love Bales, smash the likes. If Bales is your glory king, like the video. Josh Dales 120 said, oh, mate, I'd love a Josh Dales 120 for sure. If Bales plays fantasy, smash the likes. If you play fantasy, smash the likes, says Will. If you hate Carlton, like the video, says Marco. What VC score does Dacos have to chuck up for you to trade Whitfield over Merritt? It probably isn't. We're 2 likes away. We're on 98. That probably doesn't come down. I don't even know if that will come down to it, to be honest. I probably just got to decide what I'm going to do. Probably comes down to his any injuries, any forced trades before GWS play, probably, to be honest. Bales, could you check Tyro's break even? Yes, I can. Just need 2 more likes, people. Just need 2 more. Let's have a look. Stern says Bales and sad face. Oh, mate, it's been a hard watch along, that's for sure. Surely we'll make it. Smash the like. Says Will. What is who was it again? Tyro's break even. That's right. Tyro's break even is 13. So he'll make a bit more cash. Wilmot 144, hashtag keep, hashtag killing it, says Hawker. Yeah, mate, you'd be very happy with the 144. Do I take Wilmot 144 VC, says Has. Well, obviously, you do. We hit 100. The streak is alive again. Jeez, you guys keep making it. And I keep staying around, right? But you guys keep still doing, smashing the likes. But this is part of the reason why I say so many times. So Tim Charles West at 100. Thank you, mate. This is part of the reason why I say during the stream so many times to like it, because we struggle to get there at times. So if people don't want me standing around for 20, well, I don't want to stand around for 20 minutes. So it's not really about that, but it's more about if we just smash the likes early, then I don't have to say likes 50,000 times through the stream and then I have to stay about half an hour after the game's finished. So appreciate everyone doing it again. The streak is alive and well. Let's move on to tomorrow night and hope that it will be a good watch along with some good scores and 100 likes. But thanks, everyone, for that. Very much appreciated. I'll catch you guys tomorrow for another watch along and also the Pre-Lockout Chat, 6 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. per time, as always. But we'll catch you guys tomorrow night. So thanks, everyone. Have a good night. See ya.